one comprehensive plan as a fee-only fiduciary. Annex Wealth Management. One team, one plan, one fee. AnnexWealth.com.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Available at Navage.com.
Yeah, you heard right. Rockstar Harley is willing to finance. Come down to Rockstar Harley's WTF pre-owned sales event this week. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we can help. We must sell 50 pre-owned bikes by this Sunday at Rockstar Harley. Willing to finance 10 event ends this Sunday.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. It's no secret. Mortgage rates are expected to rise in 2022. But for right now, rates are still really good. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the FHA have all increased their loan limits this year, so now is the time to make sure you're locked into the best rates and terms possible. If you're thinking about cash out for projects or simply want to improve your current rate, the time to review this is now, before rates rise. Our no closing cost program can help you get today's low rates without any cost or fees, giving you the flexibility to take advantage of current and future market conditions. Call us for a free review at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
In the morning and at night, we're the station that gets it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Ukraine any day now. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. As National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan tells Fox News Sunday as more American troops arrive in the region.
The United States is not sending forces to start a war or fight a war with Russia in Ukraine. We have sent forces to Europe to defend NATO territory.
Yesterday, the 82nd Airborne Division arrived in Poland near Ukraine's borders to provide support as additional U.S. troops prayed at Fort Bragg as they prepare to deploy.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff.
So White House officials say the cost of an invasion for Ukraine would be in human lives, and for Russia, it would be economic. While Russia and China did solidify their bond at this year's Olympics in Beijing, U.S. officials do not believe that China is in the position to make up for potential losses that sanctions would bring.
France's president's in Moscow today for talks, while Germany's chancellor will go to the White House to meet with President Biden.
Germany has urged caution with some potential sanctions against Russian energy companies. The U.S. is working with other countries to increase energy production in case of a natural gas shortage.
Fox's Jared Halper. The record COVID surge keeps waning. Cases dropped a third week in a row. However, the 2 million infections Johns Hopkins reports still more than any week during the pandemic pre-Omicron variant, but COVID deaths have risen a fifth straight week. There's a state of emergency in Ottawa, Canada's capital, where thousands of people have gathered in a Freedom Truck convoy protesting COVID mandates.
GoFundMe says they will be refunding donations after it froze funds to the convoy's official campaign. The company claims it was because there was violence connected with the Freedom Convoy and that the protests became an occupation. But many are calling out the company's double standard here after it promoted the fund for the Capitol Hill organized protest that created a self-declared autonomous zone in a portion of Seattle, you may remember, back in 2020.
Fox's Jackie Abanya. Some Republicans in the U.S., including Louisiana's Attorney General, want GoFundMe investigated. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, a lot of you know
From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
A foggy start to your morning commute heading throughout Fort Myers and up toward Charlotte County as well. We're also dealing with a closure heading through 2nd Street at Fowler Street. Traffic being detoured because of a scene closer down to Evans and 2nd Street. So the detour to get around it altogether is going to be MLK Junior Boulevard, State Road 82, up to Palm Avenue, and head north from there to get back toward 2nd Street, Michigan Ave, Seaboard Street, and toward downtown Fort Myers. A trip to the minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After some morning fog throughout this morning, look for some sun and clouds as we head towards this afternoon with temperatures running close to average as we'll be topping off near 76 degrees. Can't quite rule out a stray shower for inland zones. Otherwise, we remain dry for your Monday and even into your Monday night. Tuesday morning featuring temperatures in the upper 50s waking up will be quite a start, but we will be seeing some scattered rain moving back in for your Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and Tuesday night as our next front begins to move through. A high of 70 for your Tuesday, 71 on Wednesday with some rain chances persisting through Wednesday. We're drying things up and cooling things down by Thursday with lows returning into the 40s and low 50s by Thursday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix. Long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. Are you walking around in pain? Remember, it's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits. or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blinking call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you once again so much. We appreciate you being here. All right, before we get into the program, a heartfelt apology to everybody listening to the program for the many people who showed up at Oaks Farm Seed to Table on Friday, our first Friday of the month, and I was not there. An apology for Friday, I was not here either. And because we're family, I can explain what happened on the air. I don't know if Jake had an opportunity to do that. I know Jake was taking phone calls on Friday. Right? There were a lot of people that were calling like, where's Drew? What's going on? It's something's not right. And thank you for recognizing that. Many of you may have noticed if you were watching the program at drewsteele.com that on Thursday at about 7:30, about 7:15, the camera shut off. And then soon after that, I was gone. And the reason why is because in the middle of my program, while we were live on the air, I got food poisoning. Something I ate here in the studio that I brought that I guess apparently was after its expiration date, or maybe I need to read a little longer on how things can stay at room temperature. Regardless of the case, the point is that live on the air, I got food poisoning, and I had to leave immediately. And I was down for the count for about 48 hours, really weak. It was an awful experience. I don't want to go into the details, but let's just say there were moments where I didn't think I was going to make it home. I think Jake was a little worried about me because I was having a hard time breathing. So that was a little freaky, right, Jake? I mean, I know you were really worried. It wasn't anything else. It was the breathing part that you were thinking.
Yeah, there was some wheezing going on that I was concerned about.
Yeah, it was kind of nasty. So obviously we couldn't make Oaks Farm Seed to Table on Friday. I was out for the count. And my apologies for not being able to show up on Friday. And Thursday was, let's just say it was a weird Thursday morning leading into Saturday. It was a very odd week end. But anyway, I'm back. I feel good. Everything is fine. So that's why that happened. So I know I'm going to have to kind of talk a little bit about this, not in length or detail, but just during this morning, because there are people that just don't know what in the world happened. And we couldn't give you details. So now you know. All right. Coming up this morning, we'll talk about, once again, Bill Maher lighting up Democrats and Joe Biden and the left, which is so funny because, again, it's not like Bill Maher is a hero or anything like that, but every once in a while he gets something right, and it would be nice if they were lighting people up, when things are really going wrong in other ways as well. It just seems kind of convenient now that it's, we're going to be on the back end of what is quickly becoming the end of COVID, and we'll get to that on the way. Plus some things that Joe Biden said over before the weekend that we have to ask questions about, including some of the things that are going on, not only with the vid, but about policing in this country, and some comments that were made about China and investment. It's just, there's a lot to get to that I missed out on, so I certainly want to talk about it. Here is a joy this morning to make sure that Listen, here's when you know somebody's a friend. When they get up with you early in the morning and say, listen, I'm just going to hang with you for the first half an hour just to make sure everything is okay. Because, just to make sure that you're back in the saddle, everything is good, and nothing is going to go wrong. And in case of emergency, break glass.
You're wrong.
No?
You're wrong. You're wrong about all this. It sounds nice and everything. I want to see which end it's coming out of.
No. I'm not
I do.
I'm not going to have a relapse. Everything is fine. Mike Opelka's with us this morning, everybody, to start off a Monday. This is the way life should be from now on. It should be waking up with Mike first thing in the morning. It's Mike and Drew together on Mondays. That's what we should do.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Wouldn't that
just it would be an e-ticket ride for all of you boomers.
An e-ticket ride. That was the good one, right?
That was the
big
highest
one.
level at Disney when you got an before you had the one size fits all pricing.
What were the e-tickets? So that was like Haunted Mansion, Space Mountain, right?
Space Mountain, definitely e-ticket. Yeah, anything that was or like the log flume, if you could get soaked. You were going to get there. But I'm here. Now, they're building a giant glass case in the studio where I will be frozen. And it's break glass in case you need Opelka.
That's good,
Just
right?
Pop me out.
Yeah,
my new role.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm glad you're here because I just want to make sure I need to get my feet back on the ground. All right. And then you come to find out that some things over the weekend drastically changed, or maybe they didn't change. Look, we got to talk about Joe Rogan. We got to talk about the cancel culture. We have to talk about really whether or not the left cares about what Joe Rogan said, dropping the N-word repeatedly years ago. Because it seems hypocritical that they're going after him on this now when there are many people who have done this and still, because of their politics, still get to enjoy some of the things like being on streaming services and being on radio and the like. And so there are a lot of questions about this, no?
Yeah, there's a ton. And, you bring up people who are allowed to use the word. And there are folks, not celebrities, not rappers, hip hoppers, whatever. There are folks who, just because of their skin color, are permitted to use the words that may get Joe Rogan thrown out. And as a free speech guy, that makes me very upset.
Yeah.
I don't think any speech should be off limits. You might dislike it, you might disapprove it, you might not use it, but it shouldn't be. If one group has it, the right to use it, and the other group can't because of the color of their skin, that's the definition of racist.
Yeah. And, for those that don't know, and just a quick refresher, everybody knows that there's this campaign, the cancel culture, going against Joe Rogan because of his podcast and inviting guests on, particularly a couple of guests who express views that were different than the intelligentsia, if you will, of this country with regard to COVID and pandemics and vaccinations and the like. And so it's apparent that the one thing that they wanted to do to Joe Rogan was to cancel him. It's misinformation. This is unbelievable. How could he do this? And there are a couple of people who decided that they didn't want to be on the platform because of the misinformation about COVID, but it didn't seem to work. So they had to go to something else. And it turns out that before Joe Rogan was even part of Spotify, he had a long-running podcast, just about 12 years. Think about that for a second. Like 12 years a podcaster. Think about 12 years ago, what the world of podcasting was like. So you can see why Joe Rogan is so popular, because he was an innovator, if we're going to be honest. That's part of it. And so if you go back in time, some of the material on Spotify was the material that we're talking about that got dug out from the past. And it turns out that Joe Rogan was using the N-word on multiple occasions. Some of it, you can't tell the context because it was chopped up. And there's some other things going on there as well. So now there's the cancel culture. That's where they're.
To be fair to Joe Rogan, he explained that the montage that you saw that was going viral over the internet this weekend, that montage includes him explaining why the word is not allowed to be used, or debating while it's not allowed to be used, but he refused to say the N-word. He says the word.
Yeah.
So he didn't have the restrictions, that many broadcasters have because he was a podcaster for a dozen years. But that didn't bother me because context is missing from that montage. But I'm telling you, I was upset with some of his comments when he talked about going to see the movie Planet of the Apes in Philadelphia and got out of a cab in a very predominantly black neighborhood and made a comment that sounds kind of racist.
Yeah. Now we'll get to that in just a second, but before we do, let's just understand something here that when it comes to the cancel culture, they will decide, the left in this country will decide who gets a pass and who doesn't. And all of a sudden, there's a lot that you'll see in the Twitterverse and other places where context matters. And, you know, the fact that Joe Rogan was talking about how things were taken out of context. Well, now we come to find out that there's a little video of Joe Biden, who happens to be the president of the United States. It's been circulating out there on the interwebs. And it's quite damning as well in the same sort of way, but maybe not, because he's also dropping the N-word. And he's doing it during a committee hearing on Capitol Hill. And the comments that are being made by some of the mainstream legacy media outlets like the Washington Post and other places, and I'm not sure which particular outlet did this, but they're saying in the headline, Joe Rogan defenders have been circulating video of Joe Biden saying the N-word. Here's the full story. In other words, context matters. Well, why didn't context matter when Joe Rogan was saying it? It was quick to go after him on the word. And when it comes to Joe Biden, should I play the clip, by the way, of what Joe... I mean, it's only two beeps.
Biden thing?
Yeah.
If you want, but I'm with Biden on this one. I don't think he deserves to be. With Biden.
Yeah, fine.
I don't think it's this is not a valid
right, but
argument.
And I agree. And that the point is that it's okay when the left wants to say, no, you don't understand. Joe Biden used the N-word on Capitol Hill, but you're taking it out of context. And they look at Joe Rogan and they're like, no, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how he said it or what context of any of this. We heard the word, it came out of his mouth, cancel. That you can see that they don't care. They don't care about the way it's being used. They don't care about trying to get this right, because if they did, they would use the same level of scrutiny across the board, and they don't.
Yeah, that's fair. The reality here is the worst thing Joe Biden has ever said about race, in my opinion, is when he said years ago he didn't want his kids going to school in a racial jungle, when they were talking about segregating or desegregating the schools in Wilmington, Delaware. And that, to me, is more offensive than him. He was actually quoting someone, I believe, in that committee hearing, was he not? Go ahead and play it. We should play that.
Yeah, so here's the Biden clip right here.
That important legislators in defeating the Nunes plan in the basement said, quote, we already have a there and we don't need any more big shots. And the court cited evidence of discriminatory intent on the part of other legislators, including the representative who testified at the court hearing.
Yeah, he decided to use the word, the full word there on Capitol Hill.
But he was quoting someone. It wasn't Joe Biden saying that.
Right, and there are some instances of what Joe Rogan was doing, and others as well. It's not just on Joe Rogan. It's also other people who use the word because it was part of text that came from either something that was written by somebody reporting or somebody that was a quote that somebody said it, and so they were reading something verbatim, and they were thinking, listen, that's in maybe the lawsuit, or maybe this is part of the text of whatever it is, a book, or whatever the case may be. And so the harmless thought that if you're using that, which I don't think you should be doing it anyway, I personally would self-edit because I just have no use to use the word in either way. But the point is that when he says that, you don't get the benefit of the doubt. When it's clear that Joe Biden was doing it, he does. You can't have it both ways, is what people say.
We can't have classes that are allowed to use different language than others, and it'd be a death penalty in terms of career for one.
Well, right. How many teachers, Mike, didn't we talk about this a couple of weeks ago? Wasn't there a teacher at a university or someplace that did the same thing, that they were using words that were in, I don't know if it was in a book, from a book or from a text, and the students got so upset that they were using verbatim what was in the text that I don't know if they were fired or they were suspended, but again, that kind of situation that happens every once in a while that we hear about. I seem to remember that happening a few weeks back.
Probably. You couldn't swing a cat without hitting this kind of hypocrisy. But I think the real key at the core of all of this, I think there's going to be one name that will decide whether or not Joe Rogan is banished from Spotify, and it has nobody who works at Spotify. The CEO has said he's not taking him down.
Right.
And I've tracked the origin of this whole thing, the videos that were released, and they come from a far left Democrat-supported super PAC called Patriotskis. And
what? Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a big group. It's a big group, and they're the ones who are taking credit for putting this together. There's two super PACs that are out there. They're two very strong liberal groups that fed this. One is also called the Midas Touch, but it's MEIDAS because it's a family of the Marsalis brothers, Ben, Brett, and Jordan. These are also a super PAC group. So two big leftist groups put together these videos, fed them to India Arya, the singer, and she put it out. So this is very well crafted, but there's one name that will decide whether or not Rogan is banished, and that is Barack Obama.
Barack Obama? Now what?
Yes, Barack Obama has a podcast on Spotify. They pay him millions of dollars, and he has said he is considering asking them to remove Rogan, and they've already removed over 137 episodes of his podcast.
Right, and supposedly those were the ones that he was saying something objectionable or using the N-word. I don't know what is necessarily in those episodes, but again, they've been taken down for, I guess, a few days now. They've been steadily and quietly taking the episodes off the air. Like you said, I guess the announcement from Spotify saying, listen, we're not, I guess not only are they not going to do it, take him down or have a plan of taking him off the platform, but I guess the wording was they want to spend $100 million on marginalized, I forget the way they put it, on other marginalized podcasts or something like that.
So equity. They now are imposing the Democrat far left principle of equity, not equality, equity. If you spend $100 million on Joe Rogan, you now must spend $100 million to pay people who are deemed to be different or opposite Joe Rogan.
How does that make anything better? You know, I was having on yesterday. I'm trying to think of what day it is. I've lost all track of days. Yesterday, I was having a long conversation with a friend, and we were talking about this, the issue of equity, and how does it end? Because the more you allow certain things to take place, there was a great article in the Wall Street Journal and an opinion piece on this about how you can't keep using pronouns. You can't keep doing it. And even if you're trying to be respectful of others to do it, all that's doing is promoting the fact that people are winning on that side of using the proper pronouns, and that if somebody decides, yeah, you know what, I'm not into that, there is no, it's okay, no problem, we understand, because I'll validate you, but at the same time, I'm not going to change my opinions. We can have that kind of grace and humility and friendship between each other. That doesn't exist. What ends up happening is you are going to be canceled. You're not going to be able to bank. You're not going to be able to get a job. You may even lose the one that you have. So this idea that where does this all end?
Well, yeah, we have to draw the line in the sand now. That article, I believe, was the one that said if someone asks you your pronouns, don't answer.
Right.
And that is the truth. You should not respond. If someone goes, hi, I'm Phyllis, my pronouns are they, them, what are yours? And I'd say, shut up and go away. Those are my two pronouns.
Shut up.
I do not have the grace you have. I understand what you're saying, but we have to draw a line in the sand on madness, just like you would tell a kid, no, you can't eat Skittles all day.
But Jake, are you okay with Jake's?
No, sorry, Jake.
No, he doesn't eat them all. No, he doesn't eat them all. Actually, listen, let me give Jake a little bit of credit this morning once again. His diet is getting much, much better. He has more of a, what are you laughing at? Well, it's more of a rounded, I mean, as opposed to having two beef jerky sticks for breakfast, I've seen you get something that looks sandwich-like.
It's a hot dog.
It's a hot dog. Well, but does it have a bun?
It has a bun.
All right, so you're partially on the pyramid, right?
Well, wait. You're talking about a hot dog and a sandwich. A hot dog is a sandwich.
No. A hot dog's a hot dog. A sandwich is
a sandwich.
No, there's no way. No, a hot dog is. Nobody has ever said, "Let me have a hot dog sandwich." Nobody's ever said.
You don't need to. A hot dog is a sandwich.
No. A hot dog is a hot dog.
Shop,
No.
A hot dog is meat between two breads, right? Two pieces of bread around the meat. That's a sandwich.
Yeah, but it's also physically what it looks like. It's flat. You know, a hot dog is not flat. A hot dog is a unit. A food unit all of its own. I know you're a foodie and everything, Mike. Michael Pelka's a big foodie, but I'm just telling you that doesn't make any sense. It's a physical thing. It's a hot dog.
Hot dog is a sandwich. Stop. What about vision impaired people? They can't see the hot dog. They just know that.
But they know it's flat. They know what
side.
what they're eating is flat.
Telling you, hot dog's a sandwich. Right. Reasonable people will support me on this.
No, Jake looks angry. All right, we got to take a break. Listen, I don't know if you can hang or not, but I know maybe we'll see you later anyway, for sure, right?
I'll be back at 8:30.
Okay, good.
If
All
that's
right.
okay with you.
That's
I got to
excellent.
see a man about a dog. I got to do some other work. I got to go ramp up my anger, and I'll be back.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. We'll see you at 8:30.
Hot
okay.
dog's a sandwich. Glad you just break glass if you need Opelka. I'll be there.
I will. All right, brother. See you later. All right, Mike Opelka joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
A record 7.8 million full-time workers called in sick in January due to the Omicron surge. The Wall Street Journal reporting that Amazon and Nike are interested in buying Peloton. The at-home workout company's popularity has dropped significantly since the easing of pandemic restrictions and its depiction on the Sex and the City reboot. Multi-million-dollar plastic surgery insurance scam. Linda Morrow offered free nose jobs among other procedures at a Palm Springs surgical center and billed them as medically necessary to insurance companies to the tune of $44 million. Tequila primed to take over vodka as the #1 liquor in the U.S. Its growth rate continuing to surge. It's currently at #2. The stock market ended mixed Friday after a volatile day of trading. The Dow dropped 22 points to finish at 35,089. The S&P 500 ended up 0.5% and the Nasdaq rose 1.6%. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Laura Cantor, invested in you.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch or dinner. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for the perfect start to your evening. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here from Duncan's Diamonds. With Valentine's Day approaching, you need to get your special love something spectacular and unforgettable. Usually the gift list is a dozen roses, chocolate, or diamond jewelry. But at Duncan's Diamonds, You can get all the above.
Yes, we want you to have an amazing Valentine's Day experience. At Duncan's Diamonds, we're offering a dozen roses and a box of chocolates with any purchase of $99 and above. We have the largest selection of diamond jewelry and estate Rolex watches at the best possible prices. Come see our collection of engagement rings, wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Amazing savings together with roses and candy. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be perfect. Why settle for anything less than the best this Valentine's? Duncan's Diamonds, your Valentine's Day diamond jewelry and Rolex watch headquarters. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life at a good price. River Hall in Hampton Lakes offers the most livable master planned neighborhood in the Gulf Coast with single family homes from the mid 200s to the 800s. It's resort style living with abundant recreation surrounding a Davis Love III Championship golf course, all just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers. See new model homes at livelargeforless.com. That's livelarge4less.com.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships. And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myshowerdoor.com.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darta Group at dartagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darta Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dartagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dartagroup.com. That's dartagroup.com. A Compass Realty broker.
Wink News, traffic.
A foggy start to your morning commute heading throughout Fort Myers and up toward Charlotte County as well. We're also dealing with a closure heading through 2nd Street at Fowler Street. Traffic being detoured because of a scene closer down to Evans and 2nd Street. So the detour to get around it altogether is going to be MLK Jr. Boulevard, State Road 82, up to Palm Avenue, and head north from there to get back toward 2nd Street, Michigan Ave, Seaboard Street, and toward downtown Fort Myers. A trip to the minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After some morning fog throughout this morning, look for some sun and clouds as we head towards this afternoon with temperatures running close to average as we'll be topping off near 76 degrees. Can't quite rule out a stray shower for inland zones. Otherwise, we remain dry for your Monday and even into your Monday night. Tuesday morning featuring temperatures in the upper 50s waking up will be quite a start, but we will be seeing some scattered rain moving back in for your Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and Tuesday night as our next front begins to move through. A high of 70 for your Tuesday, 71 on Wednesday with some rain chances persisting through Wednesday. We're drying things up and cooling things down by Thursday with lows returning into the 40s and low 50s by Thursday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. In our industry, companies go out of business all the time, and sometimes we're just not happy with the company you use. If you've been the victim of either one of these, and you have a preventative maintenance program in writing, we'll honor up to 1 year of preventative maintenance from another company at no charge. It's not a gimmick or a trick. We would just love to show you the difference, and when you use a NATE certified mechanic team, you'll see it yourself. It's our way of saying thank you to the community, and hopefully we'll meet some new customers. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. Call me at Kobe Cooling, 239-482-1542. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949. Visit us on the web at www.kobecooling.com.
The newly renovated PGA Tour Superstore in Naples is now open. Celebrate the grand reopening Saturday, February 12th. We're giving away gift cards and prizes all day long. Plus, enter to win closest to the pin and putting contests. Shop and save on the latest gear for 2022 and kick off the new year with a premium club fitting in our brand new performance fitting studio. Don't miss the grand reopening at the PGA Tour Superstore in Naples, Saturday, February 12th.
Hi, I'm Soren Christensen with Advanced Wealth Advisors. Are you worried about higher taxes now and in the future? Are you looking for opportunities to reduce your taxes and increase your income? I'm a certified financial planner professional with training in investment, retirement, and tax planning. I'll work with you to ensure your financial plan is maximizing all tax reduction opportunities. Visit awadvisors.com to request a consultation and to see the Advanced Wealth Advisors difference. That's awadvisors.com.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Have you ever had pain down your legs or into your hips and thought, why is this happening? There's a large nerve that comes out of your back that runs down into your leg called the sciatic nerve. This nerve can get compressed by a bulging herniated disc, arthritis, stenosis, or scoliosis. This causes sciatica, which eventually can lead to back, leg, or hip pain, weakness, or numbness. Avoid the band-aids like anti-inflammatories, spinal injections, or painful surgery. Sciatica, as well as bulging disc neuropathy and stenosis, can now effectively be treated with non-surgical spinal decompression at Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK. Spinal decompression decompresses the discs and nerves, allowing them to heal. FDA cleared, safe and comfortable. Make a decision to live life without pain. Call my office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
There's no other love like yours. None can match the combination of shared dreams, exhilarating chemistry, and trust the two of you share. Valentine's Day is a celebration of that love and affection, and this is where the Diamond District shines. Visit Jason and Todd for the perfect gift to express your love this Valentine's Day.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, so what did Bill Maher do this time? What did he say this time about lighting up Democrats and Joe Biden and COVID policies and kind of speaking to what we have been saying for a long, long time? And some might say better late than never. I don't know. You'll hear the audio for yourself and you tell me. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the podcast and to our channel on Rumble. And again, I'll be doing this all this morning just to let you know, a big apology. Sorry about Oaks Farm Seed to Table. We didn't get a chance to go this past Friday because live on the air on Thursday at exactly 7:30 in the morning, I got food poisoning live on the air right here as I'm sitting, and I had to leave, and it was horrible. It was embarrassing. It was painful. Anything you could have possibly imagined about food poisoning. It's horrific. And so I had to leave. It was an awful weekend. And so my apologies. We didn't get a chance to do Seed to Table on Friday. I know a lot of people didn't know what was going on because I pretty much couldn't talk for 48 hours. There's nothing I could say. There was a lot of sleeping going on. There wasn't a lot of talking, and there was a lot of other things going on that you don't need to know the details. But let's just say that I'm feeling better this morning. So there you go. So just an apology about that. All right. Let's see. Oh, you know what? This is how we have to kind of start off a Monday. You know it's good when you've got your morning cup of Joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke. I don't want to get going because I keep you here too long because you know all what I've said, and you know what I've done, and you know what we're doing, and I know what you're doing. But let me close with this.
This was the president of the United States on Friday talking about, I don't know what he was talking about, but I know, and he knows, and everybody knows, and you know the thing, and it's
you know the thing.
That was the only thing missing from that. So we all know, and I know you, and you know me, and I know what you're doing, and you know what I'm doing. So let's just go. So there's a little bit of Joe this morning. Plus, the other thing that he was talking about during, I guess, he was at an event over the weekend. He was talking about a lot of different things, including the economy and vid. And he was talking specifically about buying American, how important that is. I thought this was a pretty funny statement that the president said on Friday.
Buy American. As President of the United States, I award contracts. And I'm now making it the case, and we're working. It's one of the reasons those jobs are up. Is unless the product I'm purchasing for the American people was made in America, and all of its component parts were made in America, we ain't buying it.
Really? Yeah. He was at a union event, a big construction workers in Maryland event on Friday. That's what it was all about, talking about the job numbers and other things. Jake, I don't know if you know this, but listen, if it's not made in America, we don't buy it. That's right, Joe Biden, unless it's purchased, unless the product he's purchasing was made in America or even somewhere along the chain. Listen, they're not buying it. Hey, remember the conversation we had about all the N95 masks that were being sold to us or purchased from the United States government, and we were all going to get these N95 masks, and also the COVID tests? Remember the whole thing about the COVID test that we talked about, what was it, last week? When we come to find out that if you look on the box of the COVID tests, the $1.2 billion with a B dollars that we spent on COVID tests. How much did we pay for those tests? $1.2 billion. Who did it go to? Did it go to the United States? Did it go to workers right here? No. It actually went to China. Remember the made in China on the box? We spent $1.2 billion on COVID tests, and they're all from China because it's impossible for us to be able to make them. Any questions about that? Yeah, there's lots. All right. I'm going to get to a little more of what was said. The jobs report, people were shocked. Are you kidding me? We added 400,000 plus jobs. Is that possible? And then other months were discussed as well, and the numbers went up, and it's something that is shocking. How could this possibly be? This is amazing news. We're back on track. We're roaring, everybody. Well, there's a little bit of a story behind that as well, and how well we're roaring along. I don't know what a roar sounds like when you're getting jobs and people have this great resignation where we're told that they're going to new jobs and making more money, only to find out that inflation is just eating all of it and then some. How this is something that is a net positive. It's not. But we'll talk about that in just a second. Alan's in Naples. He's patiently waiting to talk about what we discussed early on. The once again, the trying to cancel Joe Rogan. Yeah, how you doing, Alan?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you doing, Drew?
Yeah, I'm well.
I'm sorry I missed you on First Friday.
Yeah, I'm feeling better.
My buddy is a chef there.
Oh, awesome.
I was actually going to come over, but I got preoccupied.
Yeah, so did I.
I will like to address Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know. I don't know why they don't know. He doesn't talk about it very much. But his wife is a black woman, and his daughter is a black woman. So absolutely that stuff is ridiculous. And I've been listening to him for years. I know him personally. And he moved to Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get out of California. And my brother lives in L.A., and I'm just saying anybody that calls Joe Rogan a racist is moron.
Yeah. Well, listen, Alan, I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. I have no idea. I don't even know if Joe Rogan's married. Is he married? Jake's looking that up right now. I don't know anything about his personal life. I have no idea. We're talking about the fact that upon not being able to, the cancel culture mob, not being able to cancel Joe Rogan because of the few guests that went against the narrative that he's recently had on the program, called misinformation about COVID and some COVID policies and vaccinations and the like, not being able to get him off the air, had people kind of going through his past only to find out that he's dropped the N-word on numerous occasions during his programs over 12 years. He claims a lot of them were out of context and certainly apologized. Listen, there's been a lot of apologies happening with Joe Rogan. Say what you will about the use of the word, whether or not it should be used in any context, whether it is something that you're using thinking it's okay to use, or whether or not you're reading it off the text or out of a book or something like that, and you're going to put that out there. We've already come to the conclusion that certain people can use the words and certain people cannot use the words, and certain people will use the words and not be canceled. If you go to Howard Stern and you look up Howard Stern, and that word unfortunately used many years ago, but Howard Stern is absolutely fine because he's a big lib. Others, like the Young Turks, we come to find out a little hypocrisy there because the Young Turks is a big liberal organization outlet, and Sank and Anna Kasparian there using the N-word on their program on numerous occasions. It's not about the gotchas or anything like that. Like, wait a minute, how come they can use it and they're not canceled? But it's about the bigger picture, which is the cancel culture wants Joe Rogan off the air, period, full stop. And they're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen because they're not going to take the loss on this. They're not going to walk away from it because it means something, because it always does for the left. They never take an L. Have you ever noticed that? I mean, just putting this aside for the use of the word, and, just put that aside for just a second. There is something to be said about the left in this country never looking and saying, we're going to take the L. We've done something wrong. We've made a mistake. We are looking at whether it's political, it's policies of an administration, or whether it's a cancel culture that's showing complete hypocrisy, going after one group or organization while just forgetting about it on the other side. There's an example of that with masking up, and the elites who get to not worry a lick about wearing masks out in public, but the rest of you are going to have to live by the rules that are set by the same elites. So they get a whole different life than you do, and they don't get called out for it. But they just don't take the L, and they have no desire to do that. Because that's not what the cancel culture is all about. It's not about recognizing when you're wrong or recognizing hypocrisy. No, it's about cancel. Full stop. We've decided that you're the individual, you're the group that we want canceled, and we're going to get it. We're going to get it. It doesn't matter. And when we come to find out that you, in certain circumstances, don't deserve it, whether it's the Covington kids, whether there are other situations that we know of, and there's plenty that we've talked about, when the cancel culture comes only to find out the whole story, and then when you find out the story, it's like, hold on a second, are you going to apologize? Oh, no. They still want the cancellation. They would be more than happy to keep it in place. But they just won't take the L. They never do. And so you can't, no amount of apology is going to fix it. If they want you, they'll get you. Do we know? Did you find out anything on that, Jake? Do we have any history on Joe? I don't know.
Joe Rogan's wife is most definitely white. His stepdaughter that she had in a previous marriage is mixed.
Okay.
So.
All right, so sorry about that, Alan. Yeah, so there you go. All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steel has 3 E's. Boys, it's an interesting Monday. There's no doubt about it. All right, coming up, Bill Maher had some things to say about what's going on with COVID restrictions and how much wrong do you get to be? Again, going back to the cancel culture, the left in this country, the answer is they never get to be wrong. If you are part of the elite, if you are part of the enlightened, you could be as wrong as you want as many times as you want, because ultimately it's your way or no way. And that's the way it is. And that's the way it was. Something like that. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along. Are we going to traffic? All right, let's do it. Trace O'Shea, she has it.
Dealing with a crash right now on Palm Beach Boulevard, heading through Dusty Trail, which is right off of Manatee Park, and State Road 31 in Palm Beach near Fort Myers Shores for a little. We also have a closure in downtown Fort Myers for a police investigation at the intersection of 2nd Street and Evans Avenue. Traffic's being diverted onto Fowler Street, and MLK Jr. Boulevard's getting backed up east and westbound right between Fowler and Evans because of that investigation and the detour nearby. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After some fog this morning, look for a mix of sun and clouds today. Temperature is running close to average with a high near 76 degrees. We'll keep it dry as we head into your Monday night. Tuesday featuring a chance for some scattered rain, especially towards the afternoon, with highs climbing back to 70. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and you know and I know that finding a doctor is one of the most important decisions that you can make in your life for you and your family. And you want to find somebody that's going to promote patient interaction and advocacy above all else. That's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. She's my doctor, and I'm just telling you, it's that personal interaction, that one-on-one, the time that she spends, the huge amount of time going into detail. It's like nothing I've ever seen, and it's that connection that means so much to me. She's got a calming demeanor that'll help you if you've got anxiety about maybe issues that are going on in your life, but you need somebody in your life that you can trust, a physician that will listen. And here's the best part. She'll meet with you face to face anytime you need her, no matter where you are. You've got direct contact and complete access to Dr. Kogan. And that's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. Find out more about her practice on 5th Avenue South by going to customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau. Considering a roofing project, repair, or basic roof maintenance, beat the supply chain issues and inflation cost. Google DRM Roofing. 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 or free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel?
Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, with over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space. Designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel, or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
There's no other love like yours. None can match the combination of shared dreams, exhilarating chemistry, and trust the two of you share. Valentine's Day is a celebration of that love and affection, and this is where the Diamond District shines. Visit Jason and Todd for the perfect gift to express your love this Valentine's Day.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Some business news. I saw that Costco is once again selling a 5-pound tub of Pillsbury cookie dough. Imagine picking up a 4-pound tub of cookie dough and going, nah, I wanted the bigger one.
They do that? They have 5-pound tubs of cookies? I guess, listen, you make a lot of cookies at home. Jake would probably, that would be kind of nice, right? To have a couple of 5-pound tubs of cookie dough laying around the house to load up on your cookie supply. That's a really odd thing.
How big are these containers?
5 pounds? Is 5 pounds that much? I mean, if you're talking about cookie dough, that sounds really big, but...
I would think that like a regular box would be like a pound.
Well, once you make it, it's probably a couple of pounds just to make the dozen cookies. I don't know. I don't do math very well. Or cookies, for that matter. My wife makes amazing cookies, but...
You don't get to have any, do you?
No, not really. No, because, somebody's got to watch my figure, and I figure I'm not watching it clearly. So, and listen, it's, you see my wife. If she says lay off the cookies, I lay off the cookies. All right, having said that, a couple of other things going on. The top 10 grossest words in the English language. Did you hear about that? I kind of have to prepare people for it.
Is it nasty?
Well, they're gross. It's the top 10 grossest words in the English language, and they revealed them, and maybe we'll just mention the number one word, and you could probably guess what it is. You think you can? All right, well, maybe talk about that coming up. Or not. It depends. It is breakfast, so.
92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
Wow, the last 50 years at Brett Air have flown by.
50 years ago, Naples was a small town.
It sure was. Only one stoplight from Naples Park to the high school.
Where was Brett AC then?
Dad ran the business from our garage. Mom answered phones, and then we moved from the garage to a building on 41 by Park Shore.
I'm grateful Grandpa Brett started Brett Air Conditioning, and you and Mom grew it these past 50 years.
Me too. 3 generations of Bretts working in the business. One day the 4th generation will be taking over.
It's been an honor being a part of Brett Air Conditioning. Proud to say we've never been bought out or sold. Same Brett family. Not many local AC companies can say that.
I believe it's the principles we've built Brett Air Conditioning on, and that's why we'll be around for another 50 years.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
Lusk, Draysites, and Tulisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Draysites, and Tulisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Draysites, and Tulisano. ldtlaw.com.
Your new home is calling.
calling you to live the good life at a good price. River Hall in Hampton Lakes offers the most livable master planned neighborhood in the Gulf Coast with single-family homes from the mid-200s to the 800s. It's resort-style living with abundant recreation surrounding a Davis Love III Championship golf course, all just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers. See new model homes at livelargeforless.com. That's livelarge4less.com.
Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
How long will this Russia-Ukraine standoff go on? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Any day now, Russia could take military action against Ukraine, or it could be a couple of weeks from now, or Russia could choose to take the diplomatic path instead.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan also telling Fox News Sunday the U.S. troops deployed to Poland near Ukraine are there just to defend a NATO ally. Germany's leader will go to the White House today for talks with President Biden. France's president's in Moscow. Fox's Simon Owen has more live.
The French President Emmanuel Macron is meeting with Russia's leader Vladimir Putin, seeking to dial down tensions over Ukraine. Macron says his priority is dialogue with Russia and de-escalation. He also told a French newspaper it's legitimate for Russia to raise concerns it has about security. Russia is playing down expectations, saying a breakthrough is unlikely. Macron is expected to visit Ukraine tomorrow. Dave?
Simon, jury selection starts today in another trial stemming from Ahmaud Arbery's death in Georgia. Travis and Greg McMichael are facing federal hate crime charges. They tried to plead guilty, but that attempt fell apart over objections from Arbery's family. The black man was killed while out jogging. The McMichaels had claimed they thought he was a robber. The funerals this morning in Massachusetts for Boston police officer John O'Keefe, killed during a snowstorm.
Police say Officer O'Keefe was found dead during the blizzard last weekend in Canton. A few days later, his girlfriend was arrested and charged with manslaughter in connection to his death. Prosecutors believe she hit him with her SUV and drove off, but her attorney says she didn't know she struck him.
Lisa Pappas with Fox Boston TV. An Illinois judge this morning will consider a new attempt by ex-cop Drew Peterson to undo his 2012 murder conviction. He was found guilty of killing his third wife years after his fourth wife disappeared. Peterson claims his lawyer provided bad counsel and there was prosecutor misconduct and witness intimidation. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Dealing with a crash right now on Palm Beach Boulevard, heading through Dusty Trail, which is right off of Manatee Park, and State Road 31 in Palm Beach near Fort Myers Shores for a little. We also have a closure in downtown Fort Myers for a police investigation at the intersection of 2nd Street and Evans Avenue. Traffic's being diverted onto Fowler Street, and MLK Jr. Boulevard's getting backed up east and westbound right between Fowler and Evans because of that investigation and the detour nearby. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After some morning fog throughout this morning, look for some sun and clouds as we head towards this afternoon with temperatures running close to average as we'll be topping off near 76 degrees. Can't quite rule out a stray shower for inland zones. Otherwise, we remain dry for your Monday and even into your Monday night. Tuesday morning featuring temperatures in the upper 50s waking up will be quite to start, but we will be seeing some scattered rain moving back in for your Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and Tuesday night as our next front begins to move through. A high of 70 for your Tuesday, 71 on Wednesday with some rain chances persisting through Wednesday. We're drying things up and cooling things down by Thursday with lows returning into the 40s and low 50s by Thursday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Find conservative sanity and Sean Hannity at rightallalong.net. 92.5 Fox News is streaming live around the clock.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myshowerdoor.com.
Everyone understands that when you buy more, you should pay less. It's called a volume discount. Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to make and install your windows. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the 4th window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows that will save you money and protect your home. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Where can you shop for your Valentine and you don't have to know her size, you don't have to spend a fortune, and your gift is sure to please? Naples Soap Company, of course. They've got everything you need for a romantic and cozy Valentine's Day right at home. Luxurious body butters, bath bombs, body oils, candles, and more. Hit a home run this Valentine's Day with one of their pre-wrapped gift sets. Shop in stores at Naples Soap Company or online at naplessoap.com.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talking text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the Rumble channel and our podcast. Quick apology for last week. We were supposed to be on Friday at Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday of the month, and many people showed up, and I was not there. And they were like, why? It's a first Friday. I'm looking at my calendar. I'm looking at my watch. This is the right time, the right place. So what's going on here? And for those that don't know and may have realized that something was not right, that was amiss, live on the air on Thursday at 7:30 to be exact on this very program. You may have noticed that if you were watching the live stream, the camera shut off. And there's a reason for that, because I had to shut the camera off because I got food poisoning live on the air. And it was awful. It was horrific. I can't even, if you've ever had food poisoning, you know exactly what it's like and what it feels like. And then imagine having that happen while you're speaking to people live on the radio. That all took place on Thursday morning, and I just left, and so we kind of juggled some things around. Jake did some magic on Friday, the same thing. Last minute, it was just awful. So my apologies for not being able to be there on Friday. But all is well, seems to be well today. Trying to get back into it. It was a weekend of trying to catch up on sleep. It just takes a lot out of you. And so my apologies. And to Jake as well. I haven't had a chance to apologize to you either, Jake. I'm sorry about that, leaving you hanging. So
it's all right. You
Okay.
were not well.
Yeah. Jake was worried about my breathing. It was like, what? It was, wow. So, all right, we move on from that. All right, let's talk about this. I don't know if you realize over the weekend, pretty interesting news. Hundreds of U.S. troops are arriving in southeastern Poland near the border with Ukraine. That's kind of interesting. Hey, we got any of them that may want to make their way to our southern border? I'm just saying, when we're talking about protecting borders and being there, is there anything that we can do here in this country? The president of the United States has a fantastic heartfelt immigration policy that, as many believe, it is a work. I can't even say it with a straight face. Although in the discussion about jobs and the economy, and specifically what happened with the jobs report on Friday, as we had numbers that were higher than expected. Weird, kind of strange what was going on. Many people are saying, be careful what you wish for, because these high numbers in January that popped up, that people were like, wait a minute, seasonal, they should have went down, but they went up instead, and payrolls, and what's going on with that? Well, the look is that February is not going to be very promising. You may start to feel it then, but I digress. We've got Chuck Todd, who was speaking about jobs and the issue of the economy and even the amount of jobs that we need in this country, to a Biden advisor on the issues of immigration. I thought this was an interesting comment.
We also have too low of immigration. I mean, we of legal immigration in this country's about as low as it's been in a long time. That has to be having an impact on our job market as well.
Well, sir, first of all, the president has always supported, actually from day one that he got here, a welcoming immigration agenda.
A welcoming immigration agenda. You better believe it. Yeah. He definitely does have a welcoming immigration agenda. There's no doubt about that. The amount of people that are pouring across our southern border to no end, it seems like there's no end in sight. And just because it's not in the headlines doesn't mean it's not happening. And I hate to break it to everybody, but it's happening en masse. And it's getting a little ugly along the border as well.
Just earlier this week, there was actually an incident in which Border Patrol agents were shot at from across the Rio Grande River. This is historically not typical. It's traditionally not perceived as good business practice for the cartel to pick fights with Border Patrol for fear of the United States cranking up the heat. But the reality is that this is becoming more and more common down here.
More and more common. Are we worried about that? We're getting shot at now. Anything at all? Anything we... No, nothing. Okay, yeah, everything's fine. Border is... Not a joke. Yeah, it's... No, it really is, actually. The policies and the politics of it all are a joke. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. What else do we have? Oh, the other thing that happened this weekend, a lot of people are talking about, is the Olympics. Well, actually, I don't hear a lot of people talking about the Olympics. I'm not sure if somebody's got to be watching it. Maybe you are. If you want to text and let me know yes or no, you can just say yes or no. And I'll check out the text line right now. Yes or no, are you even watching the Olympics at all? Have you watched any of it? Are you staying away from the Olympics specifically? Or have you just been too busy? You don't have time for luge? Or maybe you've been dying for the luge. I don't know. So maybe you want to just text yes or no. Just curious if maybe you've been watching the Olympics. Some people have been keeping an eye on it and the way it's being reported. And it's interesting how NBC has been talking about the Olympics and specifically the opening. And listen, just want to make you aware that China is doing some really good things. How do I know? Oh, because they say so.
Yeah, it's worth remembering that while Western countries may be boycotting these Olympics over human rights issues, China styles itself as a champion of the developing world, and it has plenty of support in countries from Africa to Latin America, where its investments are building up local economies.
Hey, I'm not suggesting that sounds a little propagandist. But what? Yeah, I know Western countries are boycotting because of human rights issues. But boy, did they do a lot of good. And America's really bad. I mean, just listen to the discussion on ESPN about the issues of the Uyghur population and this little ditty.
With genocide and human rights violations in the Tibet region and against Uyghurs in China, the International Olympic Committee chose Beijing while stating it is committed to human rights. Today's opening ceremony, which again you will see tonight, featured a lighting of the torch by two members of the Chinese Olympic team, one of which is Uyghur. J.A. Adane, as a fan and then as a reporter, how do you reconcile enjoying this competition while also considering everything I just said?
Yeah, you don't. Let me just say something here quickly. You don't. We shouldn't be there. We should not be there, especially when Nancy Pelosi is saying, what?
As I say, as I wish the athletes well, I do not encourage them to speak out against the Chinese government there because I fear for their safety.
I fear for their safety, so they shouldn't be there. But that's okay. So ESPN is like, listen, this is kind of weird. You've got all these human rights issues. You've got the Uyghur population, and you've got these camps that they're in, and what is going on with that. And then you have in your face, China, the communist Chinese, in your face, having a Uyghur who is lighting the Olympic torch and smiling and waving like, hey, we're fine. Everything is good here. No, nothing to see. Everything is fine. It's not propaganda. No, I'm good. You may not see me after this, but I'm good. Everything's fine. And so here you go. It's a question asked of one of the reporters on ESPN. Well, what about this? I mean, how do you reconcile this? How are we playing the games? How are we watching the games? How are we doing this? This reporter on ESPN. What about this?
I think it's standard in sports right now. You have to have a cognitive dissonance. You need to compartmentalize. We've never had a more enjoyable NFL playoffs in this country, and we've never had more people watching the playoffs, and yet it goes on amid the ongoing allegations against Dan Snyder, owner of the Washington football team, and the continuous concussion concerns, and now the concerns about diversity and the allegations and the questions about competitive integrity even, all of that, and yet we're still enjoying the games. And who are we to criticize China's human rights records when we have ongoing attacks by the agents of the state against unarmed citizens, and we've got assaults on the voting rights of our people of color in various states in this country.
Oh, I get it. All right. So, no. It's all about the United States. And listen, we're bad. Look what we're doing with voting rights and what we're doing to people here in this country. And don't you realize how bad we are? I mean, don't talk about China. Everything's fine over there. How do you even... Yeah, that happened. That really happened. And again, with Nancy Pelosi's like...
As I say, as I wish the athletes well, I do not encourage them to speak out against the Chinese government there because I fear for their safety.
I fear for their safety. Don't say anything. I fear for your safety.
I would say to our athletes, you're there to compete. Do not risk incurring the anger of the Chinese government because they are ruthless. I know there is a temptation on the part of some to speak out while they are there. I respect that, but I also worry about what the Chinese government might do to their reputations, to their families.
Then why are we there? Does anybody see that? Oh, I see a lot of no's. I see a lot of people that I'm not watching it anyway. Why would I support watching the Olympics? A lot of people, they're just not doing it. They're not support. But again, Nancy Pelosi's like, listen, don't say anything because I fear for your safety and we're worried about the Chinese Communist Party and what they might do to you if you say the wrong thing. And hey, ask the Dutch what happens when you say the wrong thing in the middle of a broadcast.
We gaan naar China, naar onze correspondent Sjoerd Den Daas. Sjoerd, jij staat vlakbij het stadion. Wat gaat China de komende uren laten zien?
Asking a question of... and the reporter now...
Hey, 稍等一会儿，我先在新闻联播。Yeah, reporting here in America.
In case you don't speak Dutch, just so you know. The reporter was asking, the anchor's asking a question of the reporter. The reporter's standing there, and as they're getting ready to answer the question, a Chinese Communist Party member shows up, somebody with the military, I don't know who it was, and starts grabbing him and dragging him away from the camera. And I mean, nothing to see here. Everything is fine. We should be enjoy the games, everybody. I don't have the music handy, but listen, enjoy them. Like, what are we doing? But no, it's our fault. It's this country's fault. We're bad. You know, the reporter there on ESPN is like, you're looking at us? Guy asked the question about the Chinese Communist Party and the Uyghurs and what they're doing and human rights issues, and we're enjoying the games. And the guy's like, we're enjoying. Don't talk about them. Let's talk about how bad we are. 239-479-5592. Yeah, but that's what liberals do. That's what the left does. That's, again, just trying to figure out, trying to understand where is the love for this country, the left. What is it about the country? I guess that maybe is that the question that we ask? Do we get together with the left and just say, what do you like about us? What do you love about this? Anything at all? Or does everything have to be dismantled? Police departments, defunding. We have to, we do that and we hear the horrific news. It was a Breitbart who had the story about the fact that when you're looking specifically at the crisis that Biden has brought to this country, a crime crisis, killing of police explode, ambushes on police officers are at a 34-year high. There's a massive jump in homicides, we come to find out. But we got to defund the police. No, do we? Do we really have to do that? We continue to have that talk. And then again, even when it comes to something simple and basic like the commonality that we should all have about a virus and what is being called a pandemic and where we are now as opposed to where we were in 2020. And how you could possibly consistently be so wrong about everything that has to do with COVID restrictions, and even Bill Maher speaking out against this. Now, of course, I don't hold up Bill Maher as somebody that I'm looking at and cheering on like, yeah, this is fantastic that Bill Maher is getting ready to go after Democrats and Biden and COVID restrictions, because too many times it's the things that Bill Maher said that contributed to a lot of the issues that we have in this country with regard to unity and coming together and going after the former president of the United States on a Russia collusion hoax and going along with a lot of different things that the left will do to tear us apart. But here's Bill Maher.
Time to do what a growing list of countries have done and announced we're going back to something more like normal, beginning with recognizing that what we're doing to kids is unnecessary and horrible, and I don't even like kids. But making kids who have a COVID survivability rate of 99.98% mask up like bandits, unfortunately, the thing that's getting stolen is their education, their sanity, and their social skills. A study this week from a professor at
Wait, let me stop there before we get to the study that we're going to talk about in just a second. Everything Bill Maher just said, we've known for months, for years we've known about the COVID fatality rate among kids, 99.98%. We've known this since day one. He's talking about it like this number just popped up yesterday. Do you see what I'm saying? They've known this. They've known all the science and the data and the numbers, and all of a sudden Bill Maher comes along and says, oh, well, we should do something about these horrible policies against kids and the things we've done to kids. Well, we've been screaming this from the rooftops, and now all of a sudden Bill Maher's a hero for you.
A study this week from a professor at Johns Hopkins concluded that the lockdowns we all suffered through had little impact in reducing COVID deaths. Okay, that's kind of a big one to get wrong. Last July, President Biden said, you're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations. Well, I already knew that was wrong then, and now we all do. The former director of the CDC, Robert Redfield, believes COVID originated in a lab, and now our intelligence agencies agree it might have. But for months on social media, it was banned to even discuss it.
Yeah. Again, all of the information that we've been talking about for the longest time, and now all of a sudden Bill Maher has an epiphany, and it's like, oh, wait a second, hold on, I got a question. Yeah, and doesn't he ask the question, is this it?
I'm just asking, how much wrong Do you get to be, while still holding the default setting for people who represent the science?
Well, thanks for asking that question now. We can go to break. Thanks for asking that question now. But again, there are many things that people have been talking about for a long time. And there are certain people that their minds are not going to be changed. But why? Why do they continue? Because there is a group of elites that wants to continue with the power that they have with these lockdowns and these restrictions. And everybody else, sorry for the kids, sorry for the adults, sorry for the mental anguish, sorry about the issues of education with our kids. But we got to keep going. No, we don't. All right, 239-479-5592. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond coming up in a few more minutes. Some things going on in the county that we're going to discuss, and certainly looking forward to that. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
IRAs have always been a great way for investors to direct their investment dollars into real estate investments, but that option is under attack in Biden's new Build Back Better plan. Ty Lassiter here from Key City Capital to give you the details. Many of our investors choose to use a self-directed IRA to place their investment dollars in Key City Capital because they love the double-digit returns that we deliver. However, if Biden gets his way, the new stimulus package may limit or even remove your freedom to invest with your IRA dollars in most real estate investments. But rest assured, Key City Capital is hard at work to deliver the promised returns to our investors.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix. Long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Hi, I'm Keith from Storm Shield. Our mission at Storm Shield is to provide the very best storm protection available and to make the process as easy as possible. Don't take it from me, though. Listen to what our customers say.
Hi, my name is Carl Boscarino. My wife and I moved to Southwest Florida over 21 years ago. We talked about hurricane-proofing our home, but didn't know where to start until we talked to Storm Shield. They asked if we wanted to start with just one side of the house. Who knew you could do that? We started by replacing the windows exposed to the sun, and we were very surprised at how much cooler the rooms became. We also noticed the outside noise had dropped to barely anything. We noticed our electric bill was less every month. The more windows and doors we did, the more money we saved. When the city inspector came to check the work, he asked what company we used. I told him Storm Shield. He said I didn't need to worry, that Storm Shield installers know how to do it right. Again, I was impressed with Storm Shield.
Visit us on the web at stormshieldswfl.com. That's stormshieldswfl.com. License number CGC A60475.
Dial star 2020. France Eye Care.
Trey Riddle, your host of The Drive here for France Eye Care. I want to talk about their marketing director, who I love, who in what I'm supposed to read right here, it says, if you don't like the cheese, be creative and come up with something fun. I'm going to read the cheese because I love it. I can't take my eyes off of you. Wait, hold on. Let me get my glasses first. Not exactly the words you want to hear, right? So how about the gift of laser vision correction for you or someone you love on Valentine's Day? I can't take my eyes off you, but I'd like to take these contacts out of my dry eyes. I love this stuff. Out of all seriousness, I do love Dr. France and his team at France Eye Care. They are the experts in laser vision correction. It's where I had my LASIK procedure, and it changed my life. Now, through February 20, $500 off of bilateral LASIK. Contact them now.
Dial star 2020. France Eye Care.
Want to go outside for some fresh air?
Yeah, kind of stale in here.
The opposite of fresh.
Did some reading on indoor air quality. Think with all the pollution outside, you'd be safe indoors, right?
You'd think.
Not even close. Dust, pollen, mold, weird smells.
That's not good.
We basically live in a toxic waste dump.
Dave.
Trying to live healthy, and I'm just taking all the pollution from outside and pumping it directly into my house.
Dave.
Oh, we're filtering the air, all right. Only we're using my family's lungs to do it.
Dave, so what's the best case scenario?
Best case? Okay, I make one call, an air quality expert comes out to take all that nasty stuff out of the air so we're breathing easy again.
That's best?
Yeah, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They always have 4 trucks standing by ready to help with your indoor air quality.
Seriously?
You can actually smell the difference.
Wow, harsh, but fair.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
Indoor air quality, it really is a thing.
It's a good thing.
Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter than you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night, if your plumbing's just not right. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter than you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up.
Plumbing nerds, smarter plumbing solutions.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Dealing with a crash right now on Palm Beach Boulevard, heading through Dusty Trail, which is right off of Manatee Park, and State Road 31 in Palm Beach near Fort Myers Shores for a little. We also have a closure in downtown Fort Myers for a police investigation at the intersection of 2nd Street and Evans Avenue. Traffic's being diverted onto Fowler Street, and MLK Jr. Boulevard's getting backed up east and westbound right between Fowler and Evans because of that investigation and the detour nearby. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After some morning fog throughout this morning, look for some sun and clouds as we head towards this afternoon with temperatures running close to average as we'll be topping off near 76 degrees. Can't quite rule out a stray shower for inland zones. Otherwise, we remain dry for your Monday and even into your Monday night. Tuesday morning featuring temperatures in the upper 50s waking up will be quite a start, but we will be seeing some scattered rain moving back in for your Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and Tuesday night as our next front begins to move through. A high of 70 for your Tuesday, 71 on Wednesday with some rain chances persisting through Wednesday. We're drying things up and cooling things down by Thursday with lows returning into the 40s and low 50s by Thursday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the hosts you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams.
brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen, designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. It's no secret. Mortgage rates are expected to rise in 2022. But for right now, rates are still really good. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the FHA have all increased their loan limits this year, so now is the time to make sure you're locked into the best rates and terms possible. If you're thinking about cash out for projects or simply want to improve your current rate, the time to review this is now, before rates rise. Our no closing cost program can help you get today's low rates without any cost or fees, giving you the flexibility to take advantage of current and future market conditions. Call us for a free review at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
This winter, Comcast Business is helping Team USA and businesses across America stay ahead during the Olympic Winter Games. Keep yours ahead, too, with reliable connectivity and secure solutions on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. And get access to over 20 million Wi-Fi hotspots from coast to coast to help you stay connected on the go. So no matter what big event comes up, your team can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with Internet and Voice for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how to get free installation and 1 month free with a qualifying bundle. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to learn more. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and 1 voice line customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra.
That's you, looking at your garage. And I mean, yeah, everything still works, right? Sort of. You know, the door's slowing down, squeaks quite a bit, light doesn't work, and that one wheel pops off every now and then. But you know, it works. Except when it doesn't. If you want things to work, they need maintenance. A tune-up every once in a while. Align the tracks, lubricate the motor, the rollers, hinge points. Fix that dented panel from that football you totally should have caught. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Good things need love and care. Sharpen your knives, paint the steps, wash your jockstrap, shine your shoes for crying out loud. Give your garage door system a Mo Better tune-up every couple thousand cycles and it'll give you years of faithful service. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Get that sucker working like new. There's an idea.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast, and to our channel on Rumble. Coming up in about 10 more minutes, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Today we got a pretty big gift, don't we? Do we have a big? We got something big today, Jake? I'm not really sure what it is, but it's a biggin, as some would say. So we'll get to that in just a bit. 10 grossest words in the English language revealed in a new poll. Do we really want to do this? Do we want to say some of the, I mean, it's because it's breakfast time, and I don't know if I want to use some of these words, Jake.
I don't even know what they are, so
it's up to you. What's the most disgusting word that you can think? What's a word that is like so gross and disgusting? I'm not talking cuss words. None of these are cuss words, but like just like, for example, number 4, the most disgusting word in the English language, number 4 is moist. Does that bother you, the word moist?
No.
Just depends on how you use it. Like my mom, right? Listen, that piece of fish was so moist. I got to tell you, it was fantastic. If I can have fish like that every day, I'd eat every day. That fish. Like that kind of thing. All right, so, I don't know, maybe people want to guess. you can text us, and maybe later on we'll announce it. I just don't feel like doing it now. It's a little too early, and Jake is discouraged by it. And Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond is hanging on, and he's waiting to join us. And so I'm not really sure if he wants to mention any of these words either, because I don't know if he's eating or not right now, because I can't see him.
Good morning, Drew.
Good morning. Just so, is it? Are you intrigued at all?
I mean, I am actually. I mean, you can't. It's like one of those things you can't mention it and then not follow through with the punchline.
Yeah. So later, just not right now. Yeah, I'm not ready to do this right now. All right. Let's talk about a couple of things that have been.
How about progressive? Could progressive be
a progressive?
That word bothers me.
One of the most okay, very very good. One of the most disgusting words in the English language. Okay, yeah, that's no, it's not on the list. Number 9 is putrid. So there you go, just to give you an idea. Number 10 is curd, which that's not really good because there's like cheese curds. How could you people love cheese curds? So how could curd be one of the top 10 most disgusting words in the English language if there's cheese curds and they're delicious?
Yeah, have they ever been to Milwaukee? I mean, come on.
No, they haven't. Clearly, this is a study of people that have not been to. Oh, look at that! It's a study of 1,000 people never been to Wisconsin. Okay. Anyway, that's not really true. I just added that. All right. I wanted to talk about this on Thursday. I didn't get the opportunity to speak about it because, as I mentioned, my apologies for not being there at Seed the Table on Friday. I got food poisoning live on the air on Thursday at 7:30. At this time, Thursday, I was hit with food poisoning as we were on the air, and it was horrific. And I was in bed for pretty much the whole weekend. It took a lot out of me. But I wanted to talk about this study that was out there from Johns Hopkins, and it calls to attention what many in the county have been saying for the longest time. And I want you to talk about this, Brian, because quite honestly, there are some people that, well, I'll say it, maybe owe you a little bit of an apology for some of the things. I'll say it because I think that, it's important that people understand what the study said and what we were doing here in Southwest Florida.
Well, I certainly know one of those is never going to come, but that's okay. I'm not expecting it either. We all did the best that we thought we could do during this time. But I do think this is exactly the kind of analysis that should be going on right now in year 3 of this pandemic is. So let's look back. Have these policies worked? Do we need to continue looking at policies like this in the future for other things? And so this meta-analysis that was done by the Applied Economics Department at Johns Hopkins University says, no, we found no evidence that lockdowns, school closures, border closures, and limiting gatherings have had a noticeable effect on COVID-19 mortality. That's what the researchers wrote. They said, if anything, it was 0.2%.
Right.
So
0.2%, everybody.
Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing. I think, we're going to have other things come up throughout the future. And I want to make sure that we don't go back to these kind of policies in the future that try to limit people's freedom, that try to take away their choices. Look, the best thing that you could have done throughout this pandemic was exactly what we did here in Lee County. You give people good information that they can rely on, and then let them make their own personal healthcare decisions. We're still a free country.
Yeah. And that's something that, look, there are people in this community that gave you a lot of grief. They did. They absolutely gave you a lot of grief for that. And look, there's something to be said about people who still, even to this day, have some degree of panic and really aren't sure and still will be willing to mask up even when they're outside, even when they're in their cars, even when there's no reason to do it. Even against and even mandates when the science and data suggest that mandates and mask mandates are a really bad idea. So there's something to be said about the reaction of people and the irrational reaction of some who take it too far and the fear that they have. It exists. Oh, and by the way, another part of that study that you didn't mention, it was the other answer to, it wasn't just the no evidence that lockdown, school closures, border closures, and limiting gatherings have had a noticeable effect. It's also the other side, the devastating effects They have contributed to reducing economic activity, raising unemployment, reducing schooling, causing political unrest, contributing to domestic violence, and undermining liberal democracy. And by the way, when it's a meta study, that means that it's not just one study. It's multitudes of studies that they looked into, many studies together looking at this. And so when you put all of this together, the concern of many, and I'm sure you can speak to this even here in the community, is the fear that is out there and has been out there for a long time. And there are still people who fear, in a lot of ways, living off of the information in 2020 and not living off the information of now, today, as things have changed.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the way we have to handle, folks who are concerned about this still is with compassion, though. I mean, some of these folks, even though they haven't treated us with the most compassion, and we've seen people be yelled at for not wearing masks in public and things like that. I think we need to treat them with compassion because I think they've been programmed by whatever media outlet they watch to think this way. It may not be their natural demeanor to act the way they have. And so I think, hopefully we can, through good information like this, studies like this that can show that, look, here's the data. It didn't work. We can hopefully start to get them comfortable again. And somehow we do have to kind of reconcile as a society because we really did divide into two different parts over this pandemic. And, now I think we do need to find a way to come back together.
Yeah. And to that point, two things. Number one is many people have said this. One side will not do what I'm about to describe, which is you can validate someone and care about someone and love someone and be kind to somebody that has a different political view, a different view on the pandemic, whatever it is. You can validate a lot of things in people's lives and still keep your own perspective. In other words, you could be kind to that individual that thinks differently about you politically, or like we're talking about masking and what they're doing, and you can give that kindness and grace. You can give that to individuals. The problem becomes when they don't give it to you because, unfortunately, we live in a society where it is a culture that is willing to go after you if you disagree with them, and you're not even given the opportunity to have a grace or even to be able to give validation to somebody's feelings, because that's not enough. And the second part is something else. You probably saw the picture of Stacey Abrams, the governor of the state of Georgia, who's running to be the governor of the state of Georgia. Did you see the picture of her sitting around with a kid? It's a picture of her sitting with kids, and she's in a classroom, and all the kids are wearing masks, and she's not wearing a mask. Why is she sitting with kids not wearing a mask? It's a typical photo op, with the kids but why isn't she wearing a mask? And again, it's what the elite do. It's how they treat everybody different. And then what happens afterwards, Brian? What did they do upon seeing that people were going after Stacey Abrams and the hypocrisy that's out there, where the kids all have to wear masks, but she doesn't have to wear a mask for some reason? They go after those that went after her for the hypocrisy. And then we're the problem. We're the reason why there's an issue. And going after, like, why would you do that? How do you spin a picture of the hypocrisy that's out there? And we saw all the pictures as well of Magic Johnson and others there at the playoffs, right, in LA, maskless. We're finding out that at the Super Bowl, everybody's got to wear a mask as well. But the elites don't have to. They can be in their ivory suites or towers or whatever, and they don't have to. And upon hearing this, we get attacked. So people.
I mean, that's exactly one of the reasons why I couldn't vote for any of these things, because I was like, I'm not going to live that way.
Right.
There's no way I could live up to this standard of perfection that you would never be able to take your mask off or live a normal life out in public. It's just these measures were completely impractical. They didn't make sense. They were created by some sort of academic exercise, and they did not take into account how humans actually behave. And so I'm sorry, when they suggested these things, there were no off ramps, there was no end date, there was no metrics that they gave us to say, and if you meet this metric, then we can stop. It was wear a mask indefinitely, or it was locked down indefinitely. And I'm sorry, but that's just not good enough for people. And the best thing is now we've got really smart people from Johns Hopkins University and other places saying, yeah, well, if you would have done just a standard benefit cost calculation, it leads to a strong conclusion that lockdowns should be rejected out of hand as a pandemic policy instrument. That's what this paper concluded. And, this paper is going to be shredded like everything will be. But I think this is the kind of analysis that needs to be done going forward. We need to look at this. We need to say, did these policies work? We need really smart people to take a look at it and say, how did we do?
Right. And by the way, they deleted the picture. Sorry to go back to Stacey Abrams just quickly. They deleted the picture, and then her people on the campaign there, the Abrams campaign, puts out a statement that says it's shameful that our opponents are using a Black History Month reading event for Georgia children as the impetus for a false political attack. What false political attack? It's about the masks. The kids are wearing the masks, and she's not wearing the masks. And she's sitting right next to them. Like that's not a false political attack. And then they go on and say it's pitiful and predictable, and they go on the attack. Like this is, and like you said, people are just fed up with this. They've had enough, and I hear too many times, and you probably hear the same thing. And then we got to run. I'm looking at the time. We got to do Drew's College, but again, how when in this discussion about where we are right now, we're not in 2020. I mean, even I hear all these numbers being thrown out there in quotes and different things about the pandemic, as if we're living in 2020, and we're not. We're not even. It's a different time, different variant. Everything has changed now, and we've got therapies. It's different, but yet people are acting like it's March, April of 2020.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we do have a lot of things that we didn't have in March of 2020. We were taken by surprise by the pandemic, as the rest of the world was in March of 2020. But now we've got first of all, it was personal protective equipment, right? Did we have the gear to protect our healthcare professionals from it? Now we've got stockpiles of that gear all over the place, which is great because we're ready. Did we have hospital capacity for them? Well, currently we are seeing our hospitals stressed. Right now in Lee County, but it's more because of our seasonal visitors and snowbirds. They do have about 200 COVID patients, but that is not what's pushing them over the edge right now. It seems to be the traditional seasonal influx of residents that we have. So we need to work on, I think, going forward, looking at what resources do we need to handle events like this in the future, and start building that infrastructure out and making sure that we're planning and getting the supply chain right. Look, happy to criticize President Biden because I think he's done a horrible job as president. And the fact that he doesn't have a stockpile of this Pfizer treatment called Paxlovid, the one that they say is like Tamiflu, that you can give to somebody and it can shorten their disease course. It can actually lessen the severity of the disease. I mean, this thing came out, it got approved by Pfizer, but where is it? Have you heard of anybody who's been able to get their hands on it? President Trump had enough vaccines for like every single American ready to go before they were even approved. I mean, that's the difference between leadership and somebody who just used this pandemic only to get elected.
Yeah. And don't get me started on therapies, because I could spend a whole hour talking about that. And by the way, the number one most disgusting word is pus. Just that's it. Okay. So everybody knows. All right. So stop texting me. That's what it is. It's gross. It's disgusting. It's just the 10 most disgusting words in the English language. Okay. That's it. Okay. We've got that out of the way. Boy, what a weird way to end the segment. I'm so sorry about that. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, but good stuff. All right. I mean, not the list of gross words, the information he brought. All right. We'll see you next week. All right,
have a good morning.
All right. You do the same. There he goes. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website, Steele S3Es. We appreciate you watching. Subscribing to the podcast. Here we go. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And is this right? Are we doing this right now? I mean, this is important. Yes, let's do this now. All right, here we go. Naples Soap Company. They are amazing. Naples Soap Company. Here we go. A special Valentine's gift box. You want that for Valentine's Day? Maybe you've been shopping and trying to find the perfect gift. Naples Soap Company is a great place to go for your Valentine's Day gift. Maybe you just forgot and you need to win right now. Call number 9 at 239-479-5592. The great Naples Soap Company Valentine's gift box is yours for being the 9th caller and playing Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All
Getting
along.
older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hi, I'm Keith, owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. We've dodged a bullet this year from hurricanes and tropical storms, thankfully. Hurricane season is getting worse year after year. Storm Shield wants you to be prepared for next season before it's too late. We offer fair pricing and do what most other companies don't do, like show you the window, let you inspect the warranty, and use employees versus subcontractors for installation. We have energy-efficient, Miami-Dade approved windows, which is the highest certification for impact window approval. You can expect ethical business practices, quality over quantity. We hope this information is helpful to you when you choose a window company to replace your windows and doors, and wish you all the best in your quest for the right company. Call us today at 239-491-7002. That's 239-491-7002. Or visit us on the web at stormshieldswfl.com. That's stormshieldswfl.com. License number CGC A60475.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch or dinner. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for the perfect start to your evening. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
All right. Let's go to Lisa in Naples. Hey, Lisa.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And your associate's degree question starts right now. Lisa, there were 3 candidates for president of the United States in 1992. 3 of them. Do you remember who they were?
In 92?
Yeah, 1992. Yep.
I was George Bush.
Yep.
And I don't know the third.
Ross Perot. Remember Ross Perot?
Oh, Perot, yeah.
Yeah, that guy. All right, no worries. Well, let's see if you get an associate's degree on this question. The United States Army was founded in what year? What year was the United States Army founded? Was it 1775, 1797, or 1801?
I'm going to say 1797.
It was 1775. 1775. It's okay. All right. Well, let's see if Jake doesn't even want to buzz you. All right. So let's see if you get an associate's on this question. George Washington was the first president of the United States. John Adams was the second. Who was the third?
The third. I'm not going to be able to give you the third. I'll be honest.
Take a guess. Pick the first name that comes to your mind.
Jefferson.
Yes, that's correct. Thomas Jefferson was the third. Look at you. All right. We could, and Jake says we could have accepted Joe Biden as well. All right. So there you go. Third president of the United States. All right. So you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. In 1987, in Berlin, the great Ronald Reagan challenged Gorbachev to do what?
Bring down the wall.
Tear down the wall. Can we accept that? Tear down? Yes, we can accept. Tear down this wall. Okay. Jake's like, okay. Well, congratulations.
Thank you, Jake.
There you go, Lisa. You got yourself a bachelor's degree today on Drew's College. And what a great gift you've got from the fantastic Naples Soap Company. So for you, for Valentine's Day, look at that. What a great gift for you or someone you love. Naples Soap Company, a special Valentine's gift box. So congratulations. Stay right there, okay, Lisa?
Thank you. Have a great morning.
You do the same. And we've got lots of these Naples Soap Company gift boxes for you coming up this week for Drew's College on Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right when there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Dealing with 3 different crashes along I-75 in Lee County and a lot of fog out there. One of them is blocking some southbound traffic along 75 near Bayshore Road at mile marker 143. Another in the median at mile marker 138, right near the MLK Jr. Boulevard exit. And another crash on southbound side off to the side of the road there near Colonia Boulevard at mile marker 136. But you're up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After some morning fog throughout this morning, look for some sun and clouds as we head towards this afternoon with temperatures running close to average as we'll be topping off near 76 degrees. Can't quite rule out a stray shower for inland zones. Otherwise, we remain dry for your Monday and even into your Monday night. Tuesday morning featuring temperatures in the upper 50s waking up will be quiet to start, but we will be seeing some scattered rain moving back in for your Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and Tuesday night as our next front begins to move through. A high of 70 for your Tuesday, 71 on Wednesday with some rain chances persisting through Wednesday. We're drying things up and cooling things down by Thursday with lows returning into the 40s and low 50s by Thursday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here with Duncan's Diamonds. Valentine's Day is approaching. You want to find a gift that says your love is more precious than diamonds, more valuable than gold, and you want her to know that your love is forever and for all time. Let me introduce you to our Time and Eternity Pendant.
Duncan's Diamonds Diamond, Time, and Eternity Pendant is made from interwoven rings that represent time and eternity, now and forever. And when she connects the two ends of the chain and the pendant falls just above her heart, she will hear your voice whisper in her ear. Now and forever, my world revolves around you. Duncan's Diamonds Diamond Time and Eternity Pendant, starting at only $99. Tell her you love her for all time and eternity with this gorgeous pendant. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be spectacular and unforgettable. You want them from Duncan's Diamonds. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Window World is a family-owned business, and we really mean family. And with a family-owned business, you get a business that is looking to treat everyone right. We live in this community. We want to take care of our friends and neighbors.
With our family-owned business, we are backed by a company that believes in top-quality products at the best price available. That way, more people can afford energy-saving windows and doors, as well as top-quality hurricane-rated high-impact windows that also offer you some increased security to your home.
And being backed by our parent company, we're going to be around for a long time. The guarantee Window World offers is the absolute best guarantee you are ever going to find in a window replacement company. If anything goes wrong with your new windows, windows, Window World, that's us, and Window World Corporate will stand behind it and get it fixed.
No high pressure, no sitting in your home for hours trying to get you to make a decision right away, but simply good business to our friends and neighbors. And when we're through installing your new windows, we'll stand behind those windows with the best guarantee in the window replacement business. See for yourself. Window World, simply the best for less.
February, when we celebrate 3 great American leaders, Lincoln, Washington, and Hugo from Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done. For limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99. Install. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit rocksolidswfl.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders, a custom home builder here in Naples. Have you ever noticed that many of the custom homes in Naples seem to have the same look? At Big Island Builders, we strive to be different. In fact, if you go to our website, you'll see the most unique portfolio of custom homes in Naples. If you want something truly unique, please give us a call at 239-262-6867 and see our homes at BigIslandBuilders.com.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myshowerdoor.com.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. We entrepreneurs are always improving our listening skills. My dad told me at age 29, Michael, you're a man now. You're about to be married. You have responsibilities. You'd be a fool to start your own business. I did what any loving son would do. I started 5 of them. I didn't listen to my dad, but I have learned to listen to my customers, which is why my 5th successful business, Patriot Software, created accounting software to help non-accountants like me keep accurate accounting records. Go to patriotsoftware.com, use promo code RADIO, and get 2 months of accounting software free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're joining us today. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you again for subscribing to the podcast and watching our channel on Rumble. You know, when you talk about conservatism, when you talk about this country, when you talk about all the things that we are going through right now, we've got a lot to discuss. The future of the country, the future of conservatism, and when the discussion comes about where we're heading next and where to look for answers and those that are speaking about this and the concerns that they have, you have to look to the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org, doing just incredible work. And we love always having the opportunity to speak to experts there at the Heritage and hear more about their thoughts. And I'm super excited this morning to have the opportunity to speak to the new president of the Heritage Foundation, Kevin Roberts, who's joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. It's Drew Steele. How are you this morning, sir?
Oh, Drew, I'm doing great. Hello from the nation's capital. You know, we're here, the mothership of the movement behind enemy lines, and so grateful for everything you and all your fellow Floridians are doing to keep the American dream alive.
You are. You know, I might even jump right out with that. You are there in the middle of it all, in the thick of it, enemy lines, if you will. And look, we see from a distance, you know, and we look in and we see all of the things that are going on in D.C. and even in some other major metropolitan cities where look, the pillars of this country, of our Constitution, of our rule of law, and how they are being attacked piece by piece. And just when you try to focus on one shiny object, they move to another and make you look at that one. And it's amazing what many who want to destroy are willing to do. And even with speech and what has been happening lately, it's just outrageous. Maybe you have some thoughts on that.
Well, I do. I'll respond to your framing there. I have been battling the radical left for a quarter century. I'm a recovering academic, as I like to say. And I'll just to cut to the chase on the first point, say the left wants us to be engaged in a multi-front war on ground of their choosing. And it's really important, as you remind your listeners every day, I know, that we frame the issues on our ground. And that's what Heritage does every day. But to your second point about speech, just sitting here with a colleague early this morning talking about just since Friday, to your point, 2, 3, 4 examples of radical left conspiring with big tech to root out speech. Yeah. And so this is something that as conservatives, as we think about the future of the movement, we unfortunately have to have some federal action on. We believe that almost every good policy idea starts at the state level. But on this one, it's really important we embrace that, we get it fixed so that we have the opportunity to take back this country.
So what does that look like?
What it looks like is making sure that we resolve some natural tensions in our movement between wanting to protect the free market, but also wanting to make sure that Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 5 companies for that matter, the big tech guys, are actually pro-America. It's essential that they stop using their censorship. They censor conservatives 22-1, more often than liberals, to undergird or undermine our attempt to just speak freely in the public square. You see this happening in Canada, obviously. This is all connected with radical left institutions. And what Heritage does every day is not just acknowledge that that's a concern, but lay down some policy solutions, which we will be doing early this week in a very definitive policy paper that you'll see out soon.
Yes, the new president of the Heritage Foundation is joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, Kevin Roberts. And the one thing I love about Heritage is that they have the answers. It's not just explaining what is wrong, but it's also how we look at all of these issues that we talk about constantly on a daily basis and how we solve them. I think, Kevin, that we've ceded a lot of ground, though, when it comes to with big tech and giving them things that has allowed them to create what is the universe that we live in, as opposed to a parallel economy and universe that we can tackle as well, that we have to be able to do something to get out of this universe because it is that big. I mean, it is a universe. It's just when you think that you're not able to, or you've cracked the issue of a website, you have those that host the website taking that away from you. Just when you think you have the opportunity to speak freely about an issue and you get a platform that is allowing you to do that, that platform takes you out because of these loud voices. I say oftentimes it's the minority of voices that speak for the majority as if that is what we want as a country. But we also have to be able to fight back against that.
Well, we do, and we always, as conservatives, have to, for that matter, I would like to think, as just Americans, be really wary of situations where big companies and big government are conspiring together. Yeah. And that's exactly what has happened when it comes to censorship against conservatives on these platforms. And so I've spent the better part of the last few months, and the first part of my tenure here at Heritage, listening to concerns of fellow conservatives about overreacting to the big tech space. But I don't think that, it's almost impossible to do because of the effect they have on our speech, the effect they have on our lives for that matter. And I just want you and your listeners to know that there are a lot of great organizations out there working on this issue, but the Heritage Foundation is planting the flag this week, and we are, in a figurative sense, going to policy war with them, and we're going to represent your interest here in the nation's capital.
Well, that's awesome to hear. Again, the new president of the Heritage Foundation, Kevin Roberts, joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. So many of us here in the free state of Florida, Kevin, the free state of Florida. Here we are. We're comfy and cozy while you're in, you are in the enemy's lines and fighting the battle there on that ground and that turf. And like I said, as we sit here and we look and see what is happening far away, oftentimes we get concerned about the conservative movement and are we winning the battles? Are we winning these fights? So many times, as I just mentioned, I truly, truly, honestly, in my heart, believe it's the minority of voices that speak, making it sound as if it's a majority of the country that believes in things like defunding police departments and not believing that parents have a right and a say in the education of their kids. I think that's all outrageous. So the need for school choice, the need as a homeschool family, as I am, the opportunity to be able to teach my son the way that we desire to do it, and to be able to look at our founding documents, go directly to the source as opposed to waiting for somebody else to give us their thoughts and opinions on something, when we can go directly to the source to find out exactly what was said. These issues that we deal with all the time as conservatives. How is the movement doing? I mean, how do you feel like the conservative movement sits right now as we speak?
Well, awesome question. I wish I were sitting there in person to give you a high five, especially as a fellow homeschooling dad of four. The movement is doing better this year than it was doing last year and the year before. And I don't believe in hollow optimism. That's not what we do at Heritage. But think about what we're winning. Several million apolitical parents have stood up against the overwrought COVID shutdowns, the ridiculous critical other indoctrination in their schools. And they have told us, listen, conservatives, come over here and rally around us. Witness Governor Youngkin's victory here in Virginia, which was predicated upon having an answer to those things. Think about the courage that your wonderful governor takes every day against elites. We're winning the education battle. The problem is we've got to be committed to that battle all the way through this year and next on the school choice front, and probably the next decade on the higher ed front. Once we do that, and this is why I say my top three priorities here are education, education, and education. Once we do that, then we've got the ability to sort of come full circle in our conversation, Drew, to frame the narrative on every one of our issues, because a majority of American school children will understand the principles to which we are appealing.
And I will say this before we go, and I think this is an important point, that why I think many people are excited that you're there as the new president of the Heritage Foundation. Kevin Roberts joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News is this. As a PhD, as you have in American history, you know that history repeats itself far too often. But the answers are there. The answers on what works and what doesn't exist. They exist in the past in many different ways. And to be able to look at that and see all of that, and then to be able to emphasize that with Heritage moving forward and the vision for what that future is going to look like, is one that is going to educate, that is one that's going to inspire, and one to let people know, I believe, that look, there's a battle that's out there, but we're up for it. I mean, a political battle that is there, that is happening right now, and we're not going anywhere. The left's not going anywhere. They play long ball, but we do too. And we are, and to your point, we can't go away with school districts showing up, being there when we see something going wrong in our schools. To be one time is nice, but we have to continuously be there to show that we're not going away either.
No, that's exactly right, because the left wants us to be disengaged. They want us to go back into our homes doing what we do, which is raise our kids, go to work, build society. But we have to be ready for a generation-long fight, Drew. And what the Heritage Foundation wants to do is for anyone who's inspired to do that is to give them the intellectual ammunition to go do that, so that when they're talking to their school board members and those members or the superintendents are being condescending toward them, that they can put it right back in their faces and say, you self-appointed elites do not run this country. The American people run this country, and we're ready to take it back.
You better believe it. Can't tell you how much we appreciate you there at the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org. What a fantastic organization, and it's important right now more than ever, and some great things on the horizon with the new president of the Heritage Foundation, Kevin Roberts, joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, who, by the way, I'm looking forward to seeing at CPAC coming up very soon. You'll be in the great free state of Florida, and bringing conservatives together. We are going to have a lot to discuss. Look forward to having you back on the program as well. So thanks so much. I appreciate you.
Thanks so much, Drew. Take care.
All right, all the best. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right all along. Traffic. Whew. Let's find out what's going on right now in Southwest Florida with Trace O'Shea.
Dealing with 3 different crashes along I-75 in Lee County and a lot of fog out there. One of them is blocking some southbound traffic along 75 near Bayshore Road at mile marker 143. Another in the median at mile marker 138 right near the MLK Jr. Boulevard exit. And another crash on southbound side off to the side of the road there near Colonia Boulevard at mile marker 136. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After some fog this morning, look for a mix of sun and clouds today. Temperature is running close to average with a high near 76 degrees. We'll keep it dry as we head into your Monday night. Tuesday featuring a chance for some scattered rain, especially towards the afternoon, with highs climbing back to 70. I'm Wink News with Authority Meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. Doing payroll is no longer a headache for our customer, Jeff.
I've used various payroll providers in the past, and none can hold a candle to Patriot Software. Their software is ridiculously easy to use. The support staff is knowledgeable and courteous. I am very excited that Patriot Software files my tax forms for me, not just providing the forms like other payroll companies do. As a business owner, managing payroll has been a long-time headache that I no longer struggle with thanks to Patriot Software. I definitely rate your company 5 out of 5 stars.
Go to PatriotSoftware.com to get your payroll pricing for up to 100 employees. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds.
Experience really does matter. Hi, this is Vincent Napoleon. We're currently experiencing a very different real estate market. Is this a bubble? Is it going to last? Should I sell now or should I buy now? With over 30 years of living and working right here in Collier County, I know I can help guide you through. If you're currently thinking about selling your home or buying a home, please reach out to me today. Recognized by the Wall Street Journal and Real Trends magazine as one of the nation's top performing agents with a #1 firm, Coldwell Banker. You know, it costs you nothing to meet with me, but will cost you thousands not to. Please go to thatradioed.com Again, thatradioad.com, or feel free to email me at thatradioad@gmail.com, thatradioad@gmail.com. Vincent Napoleon, thank you.
Look, if you suffer from chronic joint pain, don't assume that steroid shots, pain pills, and surgery are your only options. You can now get real, lasting, life-changing relief from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using biologic therapies to repair damaged tissue in your aching joints. People with knee and back pain, shoulder pain, and hip pain, they're moving again, enjoying life again, with help from QC Kinetics. This advanced, unique treatment protocol uses natural biologic agents, mostly from your own body. And these powerful, highly concentrated growth factors are put directly into your affected joint, going to work to soothe the inflammation and restore damaged tissue. A truly regenerative treatment. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now, 239-893-PAIN, and wake up to a life without pain. Give them a call right now, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck, 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the, there it is, subscribing to the podcast. I was worried. I just heard something really strange. I guess nobody heard it but me. So then there, we're fine. Hey, once again, big apologies. Sorry about that. For last week, Oaks Farm Seed to Table didn't have a chance to be there. I know a lot of people showed up, was wondering, where's Drew? Why is he not here? And many of you didn't know that live on the air on Thursday at 7:30, I got food poisoning. Literally while I'm on the air. Jake was nervous. He was worried about me because I couldn't breathe hardly at all. It was awful. I had to get home, and that was a struggle. But it was a rough couple of days, but I'm feeling pretty good right now. But my apologies to you for not being able to show up on Friday at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. So for those that were there, made their way to Oaks Farms, I appreciate you being at Seed to Table. What an amazing place, and thank you so much for being there and understanding, certainly. And I hope you do, because it was, as Jake was saying earlier, that was rough. All right, let's see. Some of the other things that we're going to be talking about coming up. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com, is going to be joining us at 8:35. We're going to talk about a lot of the issues that are out there, including more discussion about Joe Rogan and how, listen, ultimately, there are a lot of lessons being learned from what happened and what has been happening with Joe Rogan. You can't apologize to the mob, the cancel culture mob. You can't apologize. It doesn't matter to them. They're going to take you down, and it doesn't matter the hypocrisy that they show when it comes to the things that you have said, but others have been saying for a long time, and many are being called out and using certain words that are not to be said. And the questions about why it is that those others have not been canceled, you can't answer those questions. You can't even ask the questions because that's just not allowed. So forget all about that. So we'll get into more detail on exactly what's going on, the latest there, the counter or the protesters in Canada, in Ottawa, and what is happening with the Freedom Convoy there. Counter protesters. There's like a few people out there, counter protesters, and it's just ridiculous what they're trying to do. They actually got caught on video faking getting hit by a Freedom Convoy truck. They got caught faking it. Like, this is what it's become. It's crazy. So we'll talk a little bit about what's going on in Ottawa and how that is certainly important when you talk about what is going on here with vaccine policies and mandates and the like. And so more of that is on the way. And Jake Sullivan, listen, you've got an administration that has people that are being called out. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan being called out. Ned Price on Friday was being called out. All the audio on that and why they were getting called out coming up. Some funny stuff on the way. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News, right all along.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com. Manufactured in the USA. Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blink and call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
Yeah, you heard right. Rockstar Harley is willing to finance. Come down to Rockstar Harley's WTF pre-owned sales event this week. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we can help. We must sell 50 pre-owned bikes by this Sunday at Rockstar Harley. Willing to finance 10 event ends this Sunday.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here. At Duncan's Diamonds, we have the finest previously enjoyed Rolex watches, and we give a 2-year warranty. Come in and try them on. We offer great financing plans, too, of up to 60 months.
Valentine's Day is coming, and at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the largest selection of diamond jewelry at the best possible prices. Come see our enormous collection of engagement rings, wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be the best. With Valentine's Day approaching, you need to get your special love something spectacular and unforgettable. Usually the gift list is a dozen roses, chocolates, or diamond jewelry. But at Duncan's Diamonds, you can get all of the above with any purchase, $99 or more. And we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere. You can count on it. Come see us today. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden meets with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz at the White House today and spoke yesterday with French President Emmanuel Macron about the Russian troops on Ukraine's border. Macron's in Russia to meet with President Vladimir Putin.
Macron says his priority is dialogue with Russia and de-escalation. He also told a French newspaper it's legitimate for Russia to raise concerns it has about security. Macron is expected to visit Ukraine tomorrow.
Fox's Simon Owen. Former Vice President Pence's chief of staff, Mark Short, says former President Trump got bad advice from people he calls snake oil salesmen, claiming Pence could overturn election results.
On NBC's Meet the Press, he said while there's still some belief that election fraud occurred with Joe Biden's win in 2020,
the campaign had opportunities to bring that evidence up till December 14th and didn't.
December 14th was the meeting of the Electoral College.
Fox's Gernal Scott. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Dealing with 3 different crashes along I-75 in Lee County and a lot of fog out there. One of them is blocking some southbound traffic along 75 near Bayshore Road at mile marker 143. Another in the median at mile marker 138, right near the MLK Jr. Boulevard exit. And another crash on southbound side off to the side of the road there near Colonia Boulevard at mile marker 136. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After some morning fog throughout this morning, look for some sun and clouds as we head towards this afternoon with temperatures running close to average as we'll be topping off near 76 degrees. Can't quite rule out a stray shower for inland zones. Otherwise, we remain dry for your Monday and even into your Monday night. Tuesday morning featuring temperatures in the upper 50s waking up will be quite a start, but we will be seeing some scattered rain moving back in for your Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and Tuesday night as our next front begins to move through. A high of 70 for your Tuesday, 71 on Wednesday with some rain chances persisting through Wednesday. We're drying things up and cooling things down by Thursday with lows returning into the 40s and low 50s by Thursday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hey, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. I'm inviting you to visit our just opened new location in Fort Myers on Colonial Boulevard by Winkler Avenue. We've relocated from Daniels and I-75. It's the ultimate sports bar with TV stacked to a high ceiling, huge indoor seating area, and large outdoor porch. And still the best food in town. Enjoy the area's best ribs, burgers, chicken wings, and Chicago-style deep dish pizza. Stevie Tomatoes isn't just a sports bar. We're striving to be the sports bar in Naples, Cape Coral, and now on Colonial Boulevard by Winkler Avenue in Fort Myers. Stevie Tomatoes. Come for the food, stay for the sports, and fun. Just come, come, come.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
There is so much good audio from the top 5 audio clips of the day. There's so much good audio out there. It's hard to pick between all of them, so I'll try to get to as much as I can, and maybe we'll bring up some more. Mike Opelka is going to join us, and we'll do this together. We'll do this as a team. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. He joined us earlier this morning, and now looking forward to hearing his thoughts on some other things that are going on today. First of all, good morning, sir.
Yeah, great to be back. Thanks to whomever. Who made that beautiful graphic you sent me?
Oh, yeah, somebody sent a graphic of something that we talked about earlier that had to do with just a quick overview again. 7:30 in the morning on Thursday here live on the air. People noticed that the camera went off and the show sounded different because I got food poisoning live on the air, so I had to leave the station immediately. I wasn't able to make it to Seed the Table on Friday because of the food poisoning. I just got over it over the weekend, finally starting to feel a little more like myself, and trust me, it wasn't like myself the way I was feeling. It was pretty awful. And so this morning I had you come in at 6 o'clock and you joined me because I thought, well, you know, in case of emergency, break my Opelka glass. And if something would have been coming back on my first day back, that you would be the break glass. And then somebody made this cool graphic of you in a...
I'm going to use that in all my future advertisements for fill-ins. I'm actually going to use it, so thank you.
Okay, well, there you go. I love it. All right, here we go. You ready to join me on this? The top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
Until you arrive, your children will be held in an in-school restriction situation here at school. It is important that I point out to you, it's stated in the letter that you'll receive, but it's important that I point out to you that they are not allowed on campus or on Loudoun County Public School property. Starting tomorrow, it will be considered trespassing. So it's important that I make that statement to you.
Okay, I'm just going to stop right there. I know that was from a couple of days ago. What are you laughing at?
Because it's just so insane. Isn't this maskless Monday in a lot of schools?
Well, it is, Matt. Yeah, and it is, and then some. And in Virginia, there's an audio from an assistant principal of a Loudoun County elementary school informing parents that, listen, if the kids come to school and they're maskless, it's going to be trespassing. By the way, in Virginia, trespassing is not it's frowned upon in quite a way that could hurt your wallet, right?
Yeah, it's a serious penalty, and I believe they're talking about felony trespassing.
Yes.
So that 9-year-old who isn't wearing a mask is going to have a record. This is so stupid. I think people are really, every now and then you just wish people would stop and say, you know what? I've dug myself into a hole and I need to stop digging.
Yeah.
Not so in this case.
Exactly. All right, here we go.
Number 4.
Why not reopen the Keystone Pipeline and reopen federal leases on U.S. land? Because we had energy independence, and that was a large leverage for the United States over Russia. Now we don't have that anymore. In fact, we now buy more fuel from Russia than we have in the past. So why wouldn't you want to revisit those in order to increase our leverage over Russia?
Well, first, Martha, the United States is still a substantial producer of energy. Second, we have worked with partners around the world to take steps to ensure that Russia's attempts to use energy as a weapon get frustrated.
Yeah, why is it that Biden National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, when asked by Martha McCallum on Fox News, hey, listen, why don't you just open the Keystone Pipeline and let's get energy independent once again, and then we won't have these kind of issues that, with Russia and we have leverage and the like. And why is it that answer sounded a lot like Spinal Tap when they were talking about the amps going to 11, and it's like, well, why don't you just make it 10 or make 9 10, and then when you need the extra pump on the amplifiers, you just go from 9 to 10. Why does there have to be an 11? And the answer was, well, these go to 11. That's not an answer. That's I don't know why it sounded like that to me.
It's a giant fail, and that answer exposes the idiocy that we are in the midst of, the idiotic behavior by this administration. To go from what you just said, energy dominance, we were selling energy to the rest of the world, now to, well, we're still a significant energy developer here. We still have, no, we're buying from other people. And the worst thing about that whole clip, at the very end, he doesn't say frustrated. He says frustrated. I just want those kinds of people painted blue. People who mispronounce words like that.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah, it's worth remembering that while Western countries may be boycotting these Olympics over human rights issues, China styles itself as a champion of the developing world. And it has plenty of support in countries from Africa to Latin America, where its investments are building up local economies.
Sorry, that didn't sound like propaganda or anything right there. It's NBC's broadcast of the Olympics, and during the ceremony, it's like, listen, I know there's some human rights stuff and some camps with Uyghurs and the like, but boy, look at what they're doing in other countries. They're doing some good stuff. That was a little weird and creepy.
The whole thing is weird and creepy, with NBC kowtowing, intentionally using that phrase, to China over this Olympic Games and raking in the money, although I question whether or not they're going to have the ad revenue. But ABC and ESPN and now NBC are tools of China. In addition to all of the glowing coverage they're giving, you saw the ESPN reporter who likened our anger at the Olympic Games to who said that we can't be mad at genocide because we have voter ID.
Right. This is what they're doing, everybody. It's what they're doing.
Number 2.
It's all theater, watching athletes mix it up on the court and then mask on the sideline, not being able to touch a menu, but watching them touch my food. Maskless at dinner while sitting but not standing. And by the way, if Applebee's really cared about our health, they would make us cover our mouths after the food arrived. I'm just asking, how much wrong do you get to be while still holding the default setting for people who represent the science?
How much wrong do you get to be? Bill Maher going after, once again, lighting up the Biden administration and Democrats on COVID restrictions and really asking a question that many of us have been asking, I don't know, for months, for years now. How much wrong do you get to be when it comes to restrictions? And listen, this is like a lot of the things that he was saying and numbers that he was saying on his show. Again, we've been saying for a very, very long time. And it's not like, it's like all of a sudden he woke up to these numbers. But they've been there the whole time, Mike.
Yeah, they have. And we should welcome Bill Maher to the world of reality. A lot of people are mad going, how come Bill Maher gets credit for this? I said, listen, just calm down. Send him a thank you card, because this means the left is starting to wake up when one of their biggest mouthpieces is out there saying, hey, how long are we going to let Fauci say masks don't work and then say masks work and then say you got to wear 2 masks? They're finally waking up.
Yeah, and that's the point that you got to look at.
Number 1.
I don't want to get going because I keep you here too long, because you know all what what I've said, and you know what I've done, and you know what we're doing, and I know what you're doing. But let me close with this.
Wait a minute. You should always warn me before that, because then we can play this.
What in God's name is Joe Biden trying to say?
I don't know what that...
It's just, that is such a wonderful double talk. I have to hear that Biden clip again, please.
All right, so hold on a second.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
All right, we affectionately call it around here our morning cup of Joe. Here you go.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke. I don't want to get going because I keep you here too long, because you know all what I've said, and you know what I've done, and you know what we're doing, and I know what you're doing. But let me close with this.
You know what I'm doing. I know what you're doing. Everybody knows. There's got to be a song for that. We got to make some kind of song. I don't know. We'll work on that. All right. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com, joining us. We talked about this a little earlier, and we've got to finish out our program here by talking about this, because everybody's talking about the cancel culture once again going after Joe Rogan. And let's be clear about a couple of things. First of all, the cancel culture wanted to take down Joe Rogan because they didn't like the fact that he was expressing his views with 2 guests that were expressing their views that contradicted what is the left's argument, or the Democrat-approved narrative, if you will, about COVID-19 and the pandemic and vaccinations and masking and everything else. And then when they wanted to take him down, and then other musicians were looking like Joni Mitchell and Neil Young, look it up, kids. Then they were like, well, we're going to take our music off the platform because of misinformation. And when that didn't work, they're like, oh, there's got to be something else. Oh, there is. And then they find out that in 12 years of doing podcasting, that somewhere in there was going to be something. And as Spotify brought in the 12 years onto their platform, come to find out that there was the N-word that was dropped on numerous occasions, clipped up, and then put out there in the social media universe, all out of context. No context with it whatsoever, except for one part that we'll explain. And now comes the calls for Joe Rogan to be taken down because he's a racist. And so what happens next?
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
It goes back to Barack Obama. If Obama says, I'm off Spotify, if he's on Spotify, then you're going to see Joe Rogan get put on a sheet of ice and pushed out to sea. And that's not literally, but
that was descriptive, yeah.
Professionally.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen. The CEO of Spotify coming out and saying cancellation is not the answer, although they've canceled 137 episodes since Friday.
Right.
So-
and
so-
by the way, in response, here's from Axios. In response to the situation, the head of Spotify said that they are going to commit $100 million for licensing, development, marketing of music, and audio content from historically marginalized groups.
This is the equity thing we talked about earlier, that instead of equality, we're going to try and socially engineer this by throwing money at people we think will not yell at us. And that's really what this is. They're buying the silence of the people they feel are aggrieved or have been told. Al Sharpton is right now making a podcast to sell to Spotify for $5 million, I guarantee you.
Yeah. And again, you can't. Here's one. There's so many parts to this whole story. Number one, you can't apologize. You just can't. You can't apologize to the cancel culture mob. You just can't, because they're not going to hear it. They're not going to listen. They're hypocritical, which we'll get to in just a second. And when you do that, they see the crack. And once they see the crack in your armor, they're gonna rip it apart and jump right in. And it's not going to be good for you. It's not going to go away. And they see that you're weak on it, and you just can't do it.
This whole thing is going to be the pivot for all of the cancel culture. Joe Rogan is the guy who's either going to stop cancellation, or it's now going to open the floodgates. Because if you cancel Rogan, you also have to cancel any actor who appeared in a movie and used the N-word.
Yeah.
In Django Unchained, go back and look at Leonardo DiCaprio. Is he going to have to apologize now? Is he going to have to get that one dinner scene where he used the N-word about a dozen times? So is that word now going to be, again, protected, only use? And what about The Rock and the videos that
Yeah. So
surfaced of
what?
The Rock
What
this
happened with The
weekend?
Rock? Explain that to me. What happened with?
So The Rock initially came out in support of Joe Rogan, and then somebody sent him the video, the compilation of the N-word and the Philadelphia story about Planet of the Apes. And The Rock's going, well, now I'm rethinking my situation. And suddenly a scene out of Oliver, and Fagin is saying, I'm reviewing the situation. And people go, oh, really, Mr. Rock? And they pulled up some old wrestling videos of The Rock in the ring. These were televised. These weren't hidden events, gigantic television events where The Rock not just culturally appropriated, but did racial stereotyping of Asian people, Chinese people in this case, and Swedish people. And it's egregious. And, the other thing is that why is it that we now have this selective use license of that word?
Yeah.
The N word is allowed to be used by African American people who call themselves black, and Latinos are given a pass. And when I asked one of my African American friends, I said, so black people can use it and Latinos? And he goes, yeah, minorities can use it because they've been oppressed. And I said, what about Asians? He goes, no. You can't let the Asians use that.
What?
And I said, what? He goes, it's only for oppressed minorities. And I reminded him that we actually rounded up American Asian citizens and locked them up in internment camps in World War II.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he goes,
There's that.
Oh,
he didn't know that.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
We did that. So I'm against all segregation of language. And I think just let people understand who people are by the language they use.
Yeah, and by the way, speaking of the language they use, and it just calls attention to me, the halftime show for the Super Bowl. Are we going to talk about that?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. As a matter of fact, I didn't watch the musical show yesterday on Fox before the short track race. It was kind of a fun race to watch. But Pitbull and who was the other act? There was another hip hop act that performed. And I thought, okay, then this is going to be interesting to watch the Super Bowl where you have people who are regular users of that language.
As Snoop Dogg, Eminem,
Dre, Dr. Dre, I think is in there too.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I'll just have to put that aside. We're not allowed to talk about it. We got moving on. Talk about something else. Talk about, I don't know, the 10 grossest words in the English language or something like that. I don't know. Although there was a list about the 10 grossest words in the English language. Did you hear about that?
Ointment is one of them. That's one of the words I never want to hear in conversation.
I was saying,
oh, yeah, let me get my ointment. No, it's
no.
not,
The only
not
one
it.
that popped out for me was moist, because I feel
Yeah,
so
moist.
Yeah.
Moist is a word that could go either way.
Right, because I
You
feel
know?
bad, because I know my mom does it all the time. She's like, the fish was so moist. Oh,
Yeah.
it was absolutely.
Yeah, but there are other applications where you're going,
Yeah,
"Oh,
well-
I need to leave.
Yeah, I need to leave now. I can't stay here. All right, and neither can we. I'm looking at the time. All right, we got to run. That's going to do it for this morning. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. He'll be back. I don't know how as often as he likes. It's his liking.
And break glass whenever you need it. Just break that glass.
I
And
will-
I got a note from I think it's Micah Paring. Is that one of your listeners? One of your big listeners?
Don't know.
Said, yeah, I made this. I sent it to Drew as well. Feel free to use it. So we love you guys. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, absolutely. All right, good times, good stuff. I'll see you during the week, okay, my friend?
Yeah, let's next time let's talk about why PETA wants to cancel the #1 movie in the country.
Oh, all right. Thanks for
how's
leaving me
that
with
for-
that. Okay.
How's that for a tease?
That was
See ya.
very, very good. Okay, there he goes. All right, and there she is. It's Casey Sherman. Let's find out what's going on with the remainder of our forecast for today.
After some fog this morning, look for a mix of sun and clouds today. Temperature is running close to